1,400 tokens. As a level 1, I killed 1,400 boars. I tell you, it took me like 4 hours, 5 hours of killing boars. So I relate to that South Park experience. I'm just sitting there like, oh my God, if I hear another boar squeal. But I was fully garbed. I was dedicated.
Fully garbed.
Nice.
All right.
And then, sorry. Okay, I'll wait.
No. Go ahead. Finish the story.
Took the skinning knives. I was a rogue, so I had 2 skinning knives, and I put I think it was Mongoose weapon enchantment, which made them really large in terms of like light source, and they would fade in and out of different colors. Dude, it was a sick auctioneer. I had so many people PM me. I'm like, whoa, dude, like too much. Not enough. Not enough.
Only any of that money translated to real life.
Right, dude. I would be super wealthy.
All right. So here's what we're gonna do, gents. I'm gonna do a intro. I've got stuff I need to tell people, and then we'll just jump right into it. If you didn't see it, Tavern Chat, there's a couple stuff that your characters would know, just kind of how the setup to going into tonight. So read that real quick if you haven't.
Will you tell us when you go live?
I'm already recording. Been recording for a while.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yes.
I'm just curious for our point.
Yeah.
Could you share your screen and show what we're gonna see through the video? I'm really curious.
I can. No, I can't.
You were so close. Almost got it.
No malicious intent. I was just very curious what the video formatting was gonna look like.
We got so close to peeking behind the DM screen.
Ass. No. In fact, I'm gonna put this over here though. That's what.
Note to self: Josh is one very clever barbarian.
That's scary.
Not according to my stats.
A smart barbarian.
Me hit stuff.
So, and I'll let Chase tell you this. Chase played a barbarian the first time I ran a full campaign, and his intelligence was like 16, but he couldn't speak common.
That's an interesting little combination.
It was hilarious.
That is fun.
It was hilarious. He took his dump. He made his dump stat like I don't even remember charisma, I think. And he role played it that he couldn't speak common. He could understand it, but he couldn't speak it. And so and his barbarian was actually a 16 intelligence, and so he actually got like a couple deduction checks, but he couldn't tell the party what he had figured out. It was incredible. All right, well, hello and welcome everyone to Fairly Adventurous, a brand new channel with a brand new game to bring you. It's not brand new at all, but this group is, and a brand new campaign. Thank you guys for joining us so much. We look forward to this. If you haven't seen any of the promotional material that we've put out the past couple of weeks, the goal with this channel is really to present the game from an average player's standpoint. If you're like us, you enjoy Critical Role, you enjoy games like Dimension 20, but there's just sort of a level of production value that you just can't achieve in most of your games because, lo and behold, they have entire production companies behind it. So this group is just a bunch of average players spending zero money whatsoever and having a good time. And we thank you guys for joining us and being a part of it. Excuse me. Just a couple of things that I want to get out of the way here. Normally, if you guys saw the cast interview that we released a couple of weeks ago, we will have 6 people. We're missing Chase from Malcolm Punch, and we're missing Levi. Chase is missing because Uncle Sam told him he had to go live in Europe for about a year, and it's taking his computer 7 weeks to get there. Hopefully he'll be with us next week. Levi's missing because he is celebrating a friend's bachelor party, and if you're wondering why we didn't delay this session until the entire group could be here, let me tell you, there have been several delays already, and the group came to a consensus that we just need to start because we're all very excited about it. So hopefully the whole party will be here either next week or the week after that, because next week Larry will be gone, and that's just the way it happens. If you've played D&D before, you know scheduling is the enemy of all campaigns, and we're just going to deal with it because, again, the goal of this this game is to show you how average people play the game and give you tips on how you can run your games if you like what we're doing or whatnot. And hopefully you find it entertaining as well. We are taking place in a semi homebrewed location. We will find ourselves on a peninsula of Antimbara between Neverwinter and Waterdeep. And this is the Mare of Dead Men. It's obviously not a canon location, but we designed it this way because there's a lot of cool things we want to do, and we needed our own little area. These characters have found their way to the city of Coasthold. Coasthold is the capital city of the kingdom of Antimbara, which controls this whole peninsula. The characters have made it there for one reason or another, but they haven't been there for long. Throughout their stay in Coasthold so far, they've visited various inns and taverns, and they've heard word of a opportunity to make some money. They were only told that if they were interested, they need to be at the Old Coast Inn at sunset on this day, and they need to ask for James Smith. That's all they know. That's all the players know, and that's really all you guys know. So we're going to go ahead and just jump right into it and begin. Everyone ready?
Ready.
Aye.
Actually, you know what?
Aye.
Before we jump in, I know that you guys, if you didn't see the cast interviews, let me tell you who we do have. I told you who we don't have. Let me tell you who we do have. Starting from the left, we have Larry from Can't Win 'Em All Gaming, my recording partner on that channel. We have Melvin, who we're very lucky to have involved in the game, who has only ever really DM'd. This is really his first experience as a player, and I really I'm really looking forward to it. I cannot wait to see what he is able to bring to the table. We have Josh, who sucks, and we have Andrew, who, by all intents and purposes, if Josh and I cyberbully him enough, we'll have a YouTube channel up and running by the time that these videos release.
We'll also bully him in person too. Don't worry, it's not just cyber.
It's not just gonna be cyberbullying. It's gonna be real. We're gonna be up in his face. But we're very excited. We've got all types of experience levels joining the game. Several of us have YouTube presences, or will have YouTube presences once Josh figures out what the heck he's doing. And so yeah, now we'll jump in. Thank you guys so much for entertaining my babbling on. Let's begin. So, Ara, you hear through your wanderings throughout Coasthold that you need to be at the Old Coast Inn by sunset. And to ask the bartender there, the innkeeper, for James Smith. You enter the inn, and I'm going to let you tell me what you do from there. There's denizens about. There's some music. A bard is playing a music. Some people are ordering drinks. And I'm going to let you take it from there.
I find an empty table.
Okay.
And have a sit.
And you sit down. Okay. All right, very good. A few minutes later, you're joined by Milo. And Melvin, if you would like to go ahead and introduce and describe your character real quick. As you enter the inn, tell Ara what he sees.
As Milo walks in through the door, you see a 3'2" Paragon rabbit type humanoid. It's got like silver whitish hair, almost like a snow rabbit that you'd naturally see. He's wearing leathered armor, but it seems to be tight to the body a little bit, kind of accentuates himself. He walks in and quietly, as you see kind of a timid to him as he walks through the door. A lot of people within here. He walks through around the sides and finds a bar stool. You see him kind of, as being as short as he is, kind of climb up on top and sit and kind of give a little wiggle before he gets situated and sits and waits to see what happens around
Okay.
before he makes himself known.
Okay. Excuse me. All right. Not much longer. Oric walks in the door, and Oric, go ahead and introduce or describe your character and what your guy does.
So Oric walks in and he takes a glance around just like everybody has been, trying to get the lay of the land. I'm looking for a barkeep. At the moment, I'm standing about 5 feet tall. This ginger beard, ginger hair, braided, and on both accounts. And I look travel worn because I've been traveling from the south pretty far distance to get to here. When I arrived in Coasthold, I was drinking around at a few bars and whatnot, or taverns, and ended up hearing about a potential job opportunity. So I came to Old Coast Inn in order to look for James Smith. So I seek out specifically the barkeep, and I immediately ask, "Oi, is that a James Smith here?"
Okay. Larry, go ahead and make me a perception check. Excuse me. Ara, go ahead and make me a perception check. Milo, you automatically hear this. You're close enough. You're sitting at the bar. You hear this.
Yep. And as soon as I hear this gentleman say the name, I immediately kind of look over his way and wait to see if there's any answer coming through the room.
Okay.
I rolled a 3.
Okay. What was your total or on the die?
On the die.
On the die. Okay. What's your perception?
2.
Okay. It's really good music. You really like the music in here. All right. Just a little lyre being played back there, and that's all you're caring about right now. Okay. The innkeeper looks at you, Oric. Actually, he looks your way and then he looks down a little bit as he's cleaning out a mug, and he says, "Down this way. There's a door." Inner door, downstairs. There's what you're looking for.
When he looks at me in that way, in this kind of almost condescending way, looking down at me because I'm a dwarf, is there like a bar, like a footstool that I could stand on, just look at him eye to eye?
You know what? Make me an insight check before you do that.
17.
Okay. He's not intentionally looking, like he's not condescending. It's just physically he has to look down. But if you still want to make a point here,
I look at him eye to eye.
Okay, you kind of step up onto a stool, but you have to reach up to the stool a little bit, and then you take a step. There's like a foot beam at the bottom of it, and you hoist yourself up a little bit as the wood creaks under your weight, and you get eye-ish to eye-ish with him.
I say, "Thank you." And I travel towards the direction in which he's guided me.
And he just looks at you. You're welcome, friend. No problem. Okay. Milo, do you walk in with him? Do you walk after him, or what are you doing?
Yeah, I would. At this point, seeing him walk off to that direction, I'd hop off. Try not to still make myself known of where I'm trying to go, but make a kind of wider arc around the inn.
Okay. Make me a performance check.
$17.
17. Okay. Josh, what is your passive perception?
13.
13. Okay. Milo, as far as you know, no one's initially eyeing you. You do pass in front of of Ara's character, but you don't really recognize him, and he doesn't seem to really recognize you, or at least recognize your intent. Ranshaw, after a few minutes, you guys have just left the bar. You're about to walk into this door. Ranshaw, you go ahead and walk in. Go ahead and describe your character.
Yes. So walking in, a relatively tall, a little over 6 foot, lithe, athletic figure, lacking any hair whatsoever, completely bald, and weirdly no eyebrows either. Skin the color of new spring growth, but with dark brown eyes, not unlike the bark of a mighty oak tree. walks in, and he's got the slightly tapered ears of an elf, and he is dressed in loose-fitting tunic and pants that would allow for absolute freedom of movement. And he kind of just looks around at this situation and approaches the bartender and says, "Ah, my good sir, I was told to ask after a James Smith."
Larry, let's try this again. Make a perception check.
18.
Okay. This time, hearing the decidedly louder and more, shall we say, flamboyant expression of Ranshaw, you hear the name as well. While you're hearing that, Milo and Oric, you guys start descending into the stairs, or descending the stairs down below. And the bartender says, "Oh, yes, those gentlemen," and he points the same direction, and you catch just the glimpse, Ranshaw, of some figures descending down a stairwell. Those gentlemen were also following them. They're looking for the same guy. So go down that go down that door, down the stairs. There's a basement area. That's who you're looking for. And he keeps cleaning the glass while he's doing it. Andrew? Oh.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Thank you very much. And I walk down in the direction that he indicated.
Okay. Ara, is there anything you do?
Noticing that the name James Smith was mentioned, I stand up and seeing that the other, our Ranshaw is going that direction, I decide to follow.
Okay. All right. Do you want to do it? Are you trying to do it stealthily, or are you just following him?
I am just gonna follow. I'm not gonna do it stealthy, nothing. I'm just, I'm a dragonborn, very noticeable, very purple, amethyst color, wearing chainmail armor, with a big shield on my back and a longsword. It's gonna be very difficult for me to just sneak around.
Yeah, and in fact, you immediately notice Ranshaw. He's not actively trying to avoid. He's not actively trying to disguise his intent. He gets up and he follows you.
So, noticing that I'm being followed by a large purple dragonborn, I'll stop briefly, turn around, and say, "Hello, friend. How may I help you?"
Hello. I have heard the name James Smith, and I would like to be on this job.
Ah, fantastic! The more the merrier. Well, come. The barkeep said that we need to go down this way for those inquiring for the job. Always nice to meet a new friend. The name's Ranshaw, by the way. Ranshaw Cathil. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
The name is Arha Razor, and I am glad to meet you as well, sir.
Bully! Absolutely bully.
All right, they start walking down. Milo and Oric, you guys make it down there first. And what you see is a human male waiting for you, with a chain shirt and a red tunic over the chain shirt, with a long sword sheathed at his hip. And he's just standing there in the middle of this cellar with large, and I mean like taking up the whole wall, several large kegs of what you can only assume to be ale, as well as on the opposite side of that wall, smaller kegs, smaller casks, and as well as some supplies like mugs and stuff like that. Maybe what you can guess of crates of dried meat. And standing in the middle of this stone cellar is this human fighter, with his arms crossed. And as he sees you guys descending, the room is lit by torches. he unfolds his arms and he says, "Welcome. Who are you looking for?"
I'm looking for James Smith.
You're in the right place. I assume you're looking for the same thing as well, Rabbit?
Pulls back a little bit. Why, yes.
Good. You guys are both
He
in
goes kind of off to the corner again.
Okay. You notice him kind of like side eye you a little bit that you're moving off into the corner, but he says nothing about it. A couple seconds later, Ara and Ranshaw, you guys walk down, and he gives you nods. He says, "James Smith."
Yes, yeah. I presume you're him?
No, but you're in the right place.
Fantastic.
Excellent.
He just stands there quietly, and folds his arms back, continuing to look at the staircase, every once in a while giving you each glances.
Are we to be expecting James Smith soon?
He nods. He says, "Yes."
What time frame are we talking?
Right as you say that, Oric, it's been about a minute. You guys let it sit in silence for a few seconds. You hear a knock on one of the big casks on the side of the wall, and he unfolds his arms and he walks over, turns the nozzle that would allow anything in there to flow, and then swings the side of the cask open, revealing a secret passage. Two gentlemen in what it would certainly be described as nobles' clothing, aristocratic clothing, fine linens, step out. One of them in their early to mid 20s, standing behind a gentleman who is much more seasoned, has a salt and pepper beard, little bit of gray in his hair. Certainly in his mid 40s to maybe even early 50s, just depending on some, or you can't really tell. And they step out, and he looks at the gentleman who you guys had been interacting with, and he says, "Is this them?" The swordsman just nods his head. He says, "I was hoping for a couple more, but this will do. Gentlemen," and he turns towards you all collectively. He says, "I apologize for the cloak and dagger, but unfortunately we are in need of some discretion, and time is short. I know you were here to interact with a gentleman named James Smith. This person does not exist. My name My name is Duke Margrave, and I'm here to offer you money for a job." Just lets that sink in for a second.
Money sounds like a good thing.
Indeed.
How much are we talking?
The job is 100 gold pieces if you complete it, plus a little bit more if you do one particular thing. But let's get into some of the details, shall we?
What would you have us do?
As you all know, or perhaps you don't, I don't actually know if you're respectable citizens of Coasthold or if you've not. This country is at war, and frankly, we don't want to start another one. It has recently come to our attention that one of our nobles, Duke Margrave of Northcliffe, has recently decided that he will attempt to usurp the throne using the assistance of foreign powers. Tonight, he is meeting with a spy, and you are going to intercept that spy for us.
Lore question. You said when you introduced him, you said he was Duke Margrave, right?
Yes, Duke Margrave is who you're speaking to, yes.
And then you just said Duke Margrave was the one trying to overthrow?
No. I might have said that, apologize. Duke Blackcliff of or Blackstone of Northcliffe is the one trying to overthrow.
Thank you.
He says, He is meeting with a spy, of an agent of one of these foreign powers, and you guys, you fine gentlemen, are going to intercept that spy for us.
What be the bonus?
Yes, money first. I can understand and appreciate that. 100 gold pieces if you intercept the spy, specifically taking a letter that Duke Blackstone will hand off to him. An extra 50 gold pieces each if you deliver the spy to me alive.
I believe that could be manageable.
Quite. Sounds like quite a fun challenge, in fact. Yes.
Well, hold on now. The challenge isn't done. And he looks to the gentleman who he entered with, and he says, sorry guys. And he says, for security reasons, we cannot alert the Coasthold guard, to this operation, to your mission. Not because they can't get the job done, or because all of them can't be trusted, but simply every noble worth his salt has at least one informant in the Coasthold guard, just in case their children act up or what have you. And certainly if Duke Blackstone is planning such a stupid move, such as usurping the king's crown during a time of war, he will have his informants on the lookout should this spy be captured. So the guard has not been told. And if you involve the guard in any way, they will most likely detain you and potentially detain the spy, and it will alert Duke Blackstone. So you are not to get the guard involved in any way. Is that understood?
Quite.
Good.
Cloak and dash.
I
So
understand.
much fun.
Good.
Now, some rather pertinent questions, I think. Do you have a description of the spy, or at least of the location where this handoff is supposed to be?
He says, no to the first, yes to the second. The spy arrived on a boat 3 days ago, before we were alerted to whom the spy would be meeting with, and before we knew that they were going to land in Coasthold. So we were unable to catch a glimpse of them. However, they're meeting Duke Blackstone in about 45 minutes at the Plainer Theater. You are to go to the Plainer Theater, spy on Duke Blackstone until I imagine the spy will be somewhat noticeable to you, and then follow the spy out of the Plainer Theater. Understand this. Do not attempt to capture the spy while in Duke Blackstone's presence. If Duke Blackstone learns of the hunt, none of you get anything. Do you understand?
Quite, yes.
I understand.
Good. I do not know what the spy looks like, but I'm certain that you will see them, and I'm sure and follow them out. If you do not capture the spy en route to the ship is docked at the back bay right now. We have eyes on it, but we can't storm it we can't use forces affiliated with Coasthold to storm a foreign vessel currently. So, if you spot the spy, wait till he exits the theater and capture him. If you fail to capture the spy in the city, storm the ship. Do not let him escape. It sails at dawn, so we do not have a lot of time. And that is frankly why you're being hired. Not just because we can't ask the guard, but because, frankly, we can deny that you ever existed.
Oh, exciting. Yes. Looking forward to this.
I'm glad you're looking forward to it, gentlemen, but I must impress upon you the danger of this mission. This nation is at war. And while I don't know your presence, I don't want to know anything about you. I really don't. But I will kill each and every one of you to prevent an additional combatant from attacking this peninsula. Do you understand?
Understood.
Quite.
Good.
Depends on one's home and whatnot.
If the meeting is to take place in 45 minutes, from where we are in Kings Hill, how long does it take to get to the planar theater?
You'll need to leave almost immediately, which is where, if there are no other questions, we'll get to it.
I have one final question.
Please, Dragonborn, speak up.
How many doors are in this theater?
He looks a little shocked to hear you ask this. He's like, doors. He counts in his head. He says, two main doors, fairly large, and a backstage where they move some of the stage materials, the setting pieces, back and forth, plus doors inside the theater. I really can't say why.
No reason. It is excellent. The doors will not be a problem.
They shouldn't be a problem. There's people there. There's people there.
You know, Mara's over there like, spy can't get away if we board up the doors and burn down the building.
So he says to you guys, he stops you, he says, this gentleman here is my trusted retainer. He will lead you to the theater. He will ensure that you can get in without having to pay price or get a ticket. The Duke Blackstone will be in one of the upper level box seats, which he always is. And at that time, the other noble who entered in says, third seat from the stage on the right side. And he will always be sitting there. He will be alone unless the spy is with him.
Is that right side from the stage or right side looking at it?
Looking at it. Stage left, if you prefer, if you know about such things.
So you said third seat, stage left, box seat, right?
Yes. And he says, you'll know him because he looks remarkably like me. And that's when Duke Margrave steps back up and he says, gentlemen, I give you Lord Blackstone, son of Duke Blackstone. It's because of
awkward. Family troubles, huh?
He kind of swallows and looks down at the floor and he says, let's just say I'm not on my father's side.
Are you loyal to the city?
He gives you a glaring look and he says, do you think I'd be here if I wasn't? How do you think how do you think Duke Margrave learned of this plan?
Fair enough. It's just a question.
Angry.
I look back at Milo. Still, he does rabbit, doesn't he?
Yes.
All right. At that time, Duke Margrave nods towards his retainer, and his retainer starts walking and just simply says, follow me, please.
We best get to it.
Okay. It takes, and unless someone on the way wants to do or say something, I'm just going to assume everyone marches down.
We have work to do.
You guys are marching forward. The retainer, unless you guys speak to him, does not say anything. Simply, every once in a while, he checks around him to make sure you guys are still following him. You can see his eyes darting around very clearly. He's an observant individual. And it takes about 40-ish minutes to make it to the planar theater. As you arrive, the play has apparently just begun. The doors are just closing as you guys are approaching. And he says, he moves up to one of the gentlemen, hands him a letter, and whispers to him. Anyone have a passive perception of 14 or higher?
I do.
Milo.
Milo, Ranshaw, Ara? No? Okay. So Milo and Ranshaw, you guys are close enough to hear him say something like, these gentlemen are on a mission for the crown. They won't be sitting, they won't be taking up seats. Hands them the piece of letter and says, you are to let them in. The attendant, the door attendant, who's not armed, he's not a particularly imposing figure. It appears that he just works for the Planar Theater as service. Looks at the letter, bows his head, opens the door for you guys. And the retainer simply says, when you're done, get back to the Old Coast Inn with the spy and the letter that he's carrying. I'll have your payment there. And then he walks away.
Okay. Milo, I guess, walks through the door.
Okay.
What's this setup that we see as soon as we step through? Are we directly in the theater, or is there like a foyer first and then the auditorium itself?
There's a lobby. There's a lobby area with double split stairs leading up to a exposed balcony above you. Excuse me. It's completely empty, with the exception of attendants. Before you is a large, not like tall, but wide set of double doors that lead into what you imagine is the theater proper. That's essentially all you see. It is well built for its time period. There's really nothing off to the sides. All you see is that lobby area and one or two attendants walking around.
So looking up the stairs, you said, so the doors leading into the theater
Yes.
are underneath those stairs.
Correct.
What do we see immediately on the second floor? Does those lead off to hallways, or is that another set of doors up there as well?
Yes. No. From your perspective, as far as you can tell, there are no additional doors on that balcony, that section directly in front of you. It does look like it wraps around, and that there would be additional hallways.
Could we assume that's what it would lead to the box seats?
You can make me a investigation check.
$11.
It would be safe-ish to assume that. You obviously can't tell. You obviously can't know for sure, but if there's certainly boxes to the side, that looks to be where they're running.
Is the individual who opened the door that took the letter from that individual, is that person still inside with us, or are they still outside?
They're outside. There are other attendants in the lobby area, though.
But they wouldn't have knowledge of why we're in here.
Correct.
Okay.
What? So I'm assuming that we got tickets, correct?
You don't have tickets. You were let in. All you know, because you didn't hear what the retainer said, is that a piece of paper was handed to the attendee, and you guys were let in.
Okay.
So what say you be our plan?
Well,
Milo
Yeah,
steps
go ahead.
forwards. The gentleman who brought us in here, he said that we're here on a mission for the crown. Maybe that's a way for us to get into the door.
I don't know if we want to quite say too much about that. We were told to do our best to not involve the guard and whatnot. If we start throwing around "we work for the crown," it may raise some unwanted attention.
I agree. We should be careful and subtle about it. Should we investigate upstairs and see if there's any way to glance at the box seat that Blackstone may be in?
I suppose it wouldn't hurt to see if we could gain access to the upper level without drawing any suspicion.
I'll go ahead and, after Ranshaw says that, I'll go ahead and start taking a step up the stairs, going down the left hall, knowing that Blackstone would be in the right box. I would go to the left to try to see if I can get a vantage point that direction.
Okay. You walk down that hall, and you can see 4 separate curtains, all drawn. As far as you can tell, it's fairly well lit. But all the curtains, if you just peek down, have been drawn, so you can't see across.
Can I like very subtly kind of peek into each curtain to see if those box seats are occupied?
Make me a stealth check, and if you got heavy armor, it will be sound based. So
12.
Oh, you're a barbarian. Never mind. I thought for some reason you were, yeah. 12. Okay. You don't feel particularly stealthy, but the play has started. So you're able to peek through, and you kind of get you get a little wider, realizing that the individuals in front of you are focused on the first act of the play that's going on down below them. From your vantage point, which of the 4, with one being the farthest?
I was checking them all to see if they were currently occupied, so
Okay.
I'm assuming they're all occupied.
Yes. If you go down, and you just kind of lift the curtain a little bit to confirm, they're all occupied. In fact, one of them has the second one from the front. So the third one you reach has a attendee pouring a glass of wine for the box holders, and as you close the curtain to try and move on, the attendee steps out, and I need you to make me an additional stealth check, this time at disadvantage.
That would be a 3.
3. Okay.
Not 1.
Woo!
He steps out, and he closes the curtain, and there's nowhere to hide. There's like nowhere to hide here. And you kind of hastily try and step away. But unfortunately, the wood creaks a little bit, and that draws his attention over to it. And he says, sir, and describing, are you wearing clothing at all? Or
Yeah, so
Okay.
I still have like some type of leather tunic on.
leather tunic, common clothing, but not. Okay.
Nothing fancy.
It's very, he looks at you up and down. And he says, it's very clear to him what you imagine, without even having to make an insight check, is that is not the normal clothing you would see up here. And so he says, sir, are you lost, perhaps?
And indeed I am. I'm looking for a restroom. Got a tinkle. Something vicious.
Right. We don't have any on this floor. Or there is a common room in the lower lobby.
I'll head back that way. I appreciate it.
Good. And he stands there and looks at you until you move. Yeah. Okay. Then he'll follow you out. Back in the lobby, what are you guys? What's the rest of the party doing?
Would we be able to enter the main theater area?
Yes.
Okay. I would like to discreetly enter.
Okay.
Since the play has started, I don't want to disturb anything.
The play has started. Go ahead and make me a stealth check at advantage, just in case something funny happens.
Right. Let's see here. That's going to be 24.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
For myself, looking at all the attendants, are they in some sort of like uniform like attire? They all matching each other?
They are. They all seem to be wearing a blue jacket. The pants don't all match, but they seem to be wearing a white shirt with a blue jacket. And they seem to be very clean clothing, very very proper.
And then at this point, do we see the one that's following Auric back down? You said he has a tray of wine in his hand, correct?
He does. Yeah, if you just want to wait there for, let's say, a minute and a half, 2 minutes, you'll see him.
Yeah. I'll wait, and what the idea is that I have is to see where he goes with that tray.
Okay. Good enough. Ara, do you while we're waiting for the 2 minutes, do you have anything you're doing?
I was thinking that while Auric was going on the one side, I was going to scout out the other side
with
at the
loud
same
chainmail.
Just-
Absolutely. 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 Go ahead and make me a stealth check at disadvantage.
Clang, clang, clang.
I rolled a 16, so
Hey. All right.
Dang.
You roll a 16. You check.
Holding it all.
Yeah. So you
He
check.
was well oiled today.
Yes, a couple. You're able to check the whole thing oddly quietly. Again, thankfully, the attention is fully on the play going on at the moment. You're able to peek through the curtains. Every one of the boxes is inhabited. When you check the third one from the right, so the second one you encounter, you do in fact see the back of a nobleman's head who is sitting alone. This is the one that you were told Duke Blackstone would be in, but it's just the back of his head. You can't see his face.
would I be able to notice if it was the same colorish hair or same hairstyle as his son?
In the dim lighting, from this position, go ahead and make me a perception check. And let's say that because it's dim lighting, I believe the rules are a -5 to the check. Correct me if I'm wrong, Andrew.
Technically disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Okay, disadvantage for the dim lighting.
I rolled a 20.
Okay, is that it? Did you roll the second one?
Okay.
Disadvantage. So you'll roll twice and take the lower. That's what disadvantage means, Larry.
Gotcha. Okay, 8.
8. Oh, what a shame. All right, what's your perception mod? Because you do get to add that.
It is only 2.
Only 2. Okay, so a total of 10.
Yes.
I'm gonna say that it's the general color, but it's tough for you to say. You can't say for sure in the lighting, and especially since you only saw the other individual, the son of Duke Blackstone for a little bit, that it's tough for you to really make out the difference in the lighting.
Alrighty.
But you can, if you would like, continue on to check those additional box seats to make sure that they are occupied. At this time, yes, go ahead.
I was gonna say I would also like to look in the area to see if there's any kind of dark lidded areas where we can kind of hide and wait, or to see if anyone else is going to come down that is not, that looks kind of obvious as the spy.
It is a long, straight hallway with nowhere to hide. There's a couple small tables where already opened wine bottles are sitting, and it is well lit. From the outside, it is well lit, so there is really nowhere for you to hide on that second floor. I'll let you sit with that information as we go back to Auric. You're following, or you're being led out by, or not led out. You're walking rather in front of the attendee. Milo, you see Auric start to descend the stairs, and there is a gentleman following him with a wine bottle. The gentleman descends the stairs, takes a right from the stairs, so from your perspective, the left, and walks through walks to the wall where there's a latch. It's not particularly hidden. It's not like it's secret, but it, from where you guys were able to stand earlier, it kind of blends in a little bit. Pulls the latch down off the wall, opens the door, and walks in. As he's walking in, a second attendee walks out with a fresh bottle of wine.
Okay. As I watch everyone moving around, all the attendees moving around, can I spot like a room of some sort that doesn't seem to have a lot of foot paths going through, like the restroom or something like that?
So the common room, there's really, from what you can see in this lobby, there's only the area that goes down into the theater. That seems to be it. There's that door which you now saw that kind of blends into the wall that you can assume is where the servants store their drinks and their mugs and whatnot. The only other thing that you can clearly see is on the opposite side of the kitchen area, we'll call it, is a common area, and it doesn't have a separate door. It just has an open space that you kind of turns in, and you can't see any further than that turning in. But that's, if you were to go look in there, is certainly a urinal, a communal urinal.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna go in that room.
Okay.
Are there people currently in it?
Not currently.
Or is it empty?
No, it is empty at the moment.
While in there, I want to cast disguise self on myself.
Okay.
And I want to match the attire of the attendees within the theater.
Okay.
And,
do I see? Oh, sorry.
Also, probably smart to. I'm assuming, since we've been walking through the city for a while now, there aren't many Haragons around here, correct?
That is correct.
So I'm also going to try to change my look. Probably go for like more of a gnomish look.
A gnomish look. Okay.
Do I see Milo walk as I'm walking down the stairs? Do I see him walk towards that common area?
Yeah. Here's what I'll say is that because the servant had to walk, who was behind you, had to walk to that room. Milo's still standing off to the side, so you could actually walk over there towards him, as he's watching the attendee go into the room. So
I'll start pacing at him.
I'm sorry, what?
I'll start like tracking towards Milo.
Okay. Milo, he's basically right next to you when you go off to the common room, and I'll let you determine if you're okay if he follows you or what you do.
I probably don't say anything to him.
Okay.
And kind of watch him walk up, take a step back from him, and then kind of just like dart off.
Okay. All right, that happens. Ranshaw, while he's disguising himself, let's just check in with you. So you're in the theater, the general audience seating. Yeah. What are you doing?
So first of all, so I assume dimly lit technically in here?
Yeah, very dimly lit.
Okay.
In fact, you could almost consider it like worse than dim. There's glow and lighting facing the stage, but you can almost make out virtually no details of the individuals around you.
Well, this is I don't want to be that guy, but this is where I point out my racial dark vision, which allows me to treat dim lighted. Okay.
Yeah, I'm aware. You can for your whatever you're trying, because D&D only has mechanics for dim light and pitch black. It can be considered dim light to you, but
okay.
It's as you like. It's rough.
Okay. Well, still. So entering in here, I know that the box seat that I'm looking for is going to be to my right. He said stage left. So is there a way for me to position myself to where I could try and look into that box seat from the floor? Like what can I see anybody sitting in that box seat?
So as you're kind of glancing up and walking around the outer sections of the room that you're in, you can get to a point where you can kind of glimpse up, and you see a figure there sitting, and see approximately high chest up. And so yes, you can see an individual in there. Very little detail.
All right,
but a figure, a silhouette.
Fair enough. Now, next question I have is: Are there any empty seats?
In the general audience, no.
Yeah. No.
Not
Okay.
a single one.
All right. Is there any pillar or anything that I could kind of casually lean against and try and be as inconspicuous as possible while I just keep a bead on that box seat?
Give me a performance check
Performance. Oh, that's an interesting one.
at advantage.
Alrighty. Glad for that. 18.
18. Okay. Yes. Here's the problem. The people around you can very clear are very clearly like they're not supposed to be standing. And as you look with your dark vision, you can't really make out a lot of detail. They're all with fine clothing.
Gotcha.
Like, this is very clearly not a commoner's performance.
Understood.
And they're all like, they see the people around you are like kind of giving you side eye as you lean up against a pillar. But Lord Blackstone himself does not seem to acknowledge your presence. He is focused on the play happening in front of him. You don't particularly, like, every once in a while you steal glances up there, but it just kind of looks like you're it almost looks like you're just observing the whole area as a whole. You're not just glancing at him, you're glancing at some of the other boxes. So even if he were to acknowledge you, it's not like he's necessarily thinking, that dude's just staring at me.
Gotcha. All right. So yeah, I'm just trying
You're
to
just keeping an eye.
just keeping an eye just to see if anybody else joins the figure. I can't say it's the Duke in there, but joins the figure in the box seat.
Okay. Milo, let's go ahead and go to disguise self. You do look like a gnome, approximately the same size as yourself, and you do look like you're wearing, or your clothes are disguised. You look like an attendee.
All right, so after finishing that, walk back out. Oric, you notice that Milo walks in, but someone different walks back out, and I'm going to head up the right side of the stairs and go down that hallway. But just as I pass Oric, I kind of give him a quick wink and then continue up the stairs.
Okay.
Walking down that hallway. I don't.
When I see this gnome, unbeknownst to me being Milo, when I see him wink at me, I get Oric shivers a little bit, thinking this gnome might fancy him.
Okay. Oric, give me an investigation check.
20, dirty.
Dirty 20. Okay. You get that weird shiver, but then you think, wait a second.
I'll run to the common room real quick to see.
Okay. While you're doing that, Milo, you walk up, and there's already an attendee. Remember, there was an attendee coming out of that kitchen area when the first one went in. He has reached the turning point to the hall where the balcony would turn into the hall. And as he does that, you're about 45, 50 feet behind him. You're still climbing the stairs as he does that. And he turns the corner and he sees a dragonborn just standing in the hallway. And he walks up to you, Ara, and he says, "Can I help you, sir?"
Yes, I seem to be lost. I was told that there is a place for me to drink some wine up here.
He says, he looks down at you. Go ahead and make me a deception check.
How quickly would it take me from this point to get up there and see this conversation happen?
I'll let you know when you get there.
17.
17. Okay.
Plus my so 21.
21. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, 17 plus 4. Yeah, 21.
Okay. Okay. He looks at you and says, "Wow, that's strange. I'm afraid that there is no common drinking area up here, sir. I apologize that someone may have given you bad information. If you would like to join me, if you have the coin, I'd certainly be willing to pour you a glass." Milo, it's at this point as you turn the corner, you hear this part of the conversation specifically. where he says, I'd be certainly willing to pour you a glass if you'd like to come with me, sir, for if you can pay for it, but I'm afraid these seats are all purchased.
As I hear this, Milo walks up. Oh, I am so sorry, sir. I gave you the wrong directions. If you want to follow me back down, we can grab you some drinks back at the front entrance.
Milo, go ahead and give me a deception check at advantage.
Deception. There is no possible way that is a double nat 1.
Oh no,
Gentlemen, first session of the season, a 1 in 400 roll. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Here,
quick! What's your modifier on top of that? Surely it's zero. Oh,
0. Oh no.
no.
0 to deception.
Hey, here's the cool thing. He rolled a nat 1 too.
So we're both just like,
He has a positive modifier. He's flustered, but even flustered, he looks at you and he says, "Who are you?"
I'm the new guy. I just got hired for the show for tonight.
Okay. He looks at you and says, what? You couldn't possibly.
We don't have time to discuss this right now, sir. Come with me.
He looks at you, Ara, and he says, "Is this the gentleman who told you that you would be getting wine up here?"
I believe so.
Super confident there, man.
Absolutely.
Oh gosh.
Okay, make me a deception check, Larry, again.
I believe so.
This is going as smoothly as an episode of
That
Leverage.
is a 8.
An 8. He looks at you and he says, "Both of you need to come with me. Both of you need to come with me right now."
No.
Do you guys do it? Okay.
Out of character.
Yes,
It's been so long since I've played.
absolutely.
Any advice from any other players would.
No.
Oric's gonna let you suffer.
Yeah, you tell me. Listen, Larry, there's going to be consequences to anything you do here.
Choice
So,
matters.
Yeah.
Choice matters. You tell me. Do you go with him or do you try something?
I just start
Metagaming
turning
video has
around.
been killed.
Okay, so with the information I got earlier, with the wine sitting at the tables,
Yes.
can I try to persuade him that I thought that's where I was supposed to be drinking at?
Unfortunately, he's past that point. He is past the point of customer service between a gnome whom he's never seen before. Just the most confidence I've ever seen in a probably answer ever. And he's like, you guys need to come with me. Right.
Oh, all us gnomes look alike.
He just says,
I go with him.
okay. So he leads you guys down. Oric, you see, you go in there, you check the common room. There's no one there. With your good deduction check, you realize what has happened. As you're walking up, you're actually going to go up the stairs, and right as you reach the top of the stairs, you see a parade of the gnome servant who you have come to realize is Milo, and Ara being led out. And as he's walking towards you, he says, "Sir, what were you also told that there's wine up there?"
Yeah. And it was that fellow right there that told me.
Deception check at disadvantage.
I'm so
Because you are just piling on the same lie, which he's already onto.
11.
At disadvantage?
Yeah.
Okay.
16 was my roll. I'm also a +0.
Okay. So what he said, he actually believes you, and he's just sitting there scratching his head like, okay.
Is that what this is about?
Look, sir, no one's giving me like a attendance handbook on how to do this. Like, I saw wine. He wanted wine, so I told him to go get wine.
No, that's just automatic failure on that one. He says, we do not ever tell individuals. Who are you and where did you get that outfit? Gentlemen,
This is mine.
Gentlemen, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to leave. All of you.
Why am I being punished for his bad information?
All of you must leave. All of you must leave.
That's really wicked of you.
Yes,
very cruel.
That's very fine. Write it on a Yelp review. Everyone must leave. Everyone must leave.
So, is there like when you tuck around the stairs? Is there a way to go back into the main auditorium without kind of?
No, he's right next to you. Like you guys are collectively all talking at the moment. He's now stepped behind you guys and kind of is ushering you in.
Okay, so we go. I take a step out I'm assuming the front door because he's pushing us that far out. Yeah,
he is ushering you guys towards the front door. Yes.
Is the individual who let us in still out there?
Yes. As you guys open the door, there is still the same attendee, kind of not guarding, but standing at the doors.
So when I walk out, I try to play it very casually. A breath of fresh air.
The attendee
stretch.
The attendee notices the door attendee notices the what's going on. He says, "What's going on? Who are you?" And Milo, he looks at you. He says, "Wait, who are you?"
I'm apparently getting kicked out. I was the new guy, and apparently not anymore.
Deception check.
Come on, 3 for 3.
10.
Okay. He looks at you. He says,
"That would be terrible."
He says, "Okay, I didn't know about that. These two gentlemen." And he looks at Ara or he points to Ara and Auric, and he says, and he pulls out the paper, the parchment, and he says, "These two gentlemen are supposed to be here." And the attendee who's ushering you out takes the paper and he goes, "Gentlemen, what are you really here for?"
Well, can't you read? You just looked at the paper.
Can you read? Do you even know what it says?
I wasn't privy to it.
Okay. What are you here for?
Secret information. It's on a need-to-know basis, and I don't think you need to know. You just know I'm supposed to be here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that searching for wine. I didn't realize alcoholism was a secret information. I need to know. If you are supposed to be here for a reason, I will kick you out. I need to know what are you supposed to be here for?
We're here seeking an individual. We don't mean to cause any trouble. We just want to find an individual and follow them out when they leave. Nothing more. No harm to any of your guests.
Okay. Stay out of the box seats. Don't go into the box seats. You may
Understood.
You may stay in the lobby. And then he looks at Milo and he says,
when he's criticizing Milo, when he's criticizing Milo, I go.
Okay. He says, Milo. He looks at you, Milo. And he says, "You're not really. Please tell me you didn't hurt any of my attendants getting that."
No, and Milo just drops.
Okay, they step back a little surprised. And then the attendee who's opening the door, he says, "Okay, that he's one of them. He's one of them."
I was also not trying to cause any harm.
Okay. Gentlemen, please.
I just wanted to watch.
This letter lets you stay here. Please let us. Whatever you're here for, I'm sure I'm not supposed to know. But don't go ruin the experience of the play for anyone. Please don't do anything that would get me or any of my attendants hurt or worse, fired.
Are you normally paid in tips?
No.
Never mind then.
Okay.
You did say stay out of the box office.
Yes, stay out of the box seats.
But can we be upstairs?
I would prefer that you not. There is nowhere to go up there. There is only the box seats. There's no additional entrances. Anyone who enters or exits one of those box seats is going to have to come down to the lobby eventually. Please stand here.
So, when you said where there's 2 stairs on either side of the main auditorium door, right, leading up to the box seats.
Yes.
But are they connected like a balcony before they go to the hallway?
Yes. They don't connect in the same area, but they both. When you go up the stairs, they kind of essentially connect at the corners.
Okay.
Where the
but like I could go up the right stairs and go down the left hallway just by walking across
correct
the balcony. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, there's a balcony up there.
All right, so we'll go back in, but we won't cause any more trouble upstairs.
He says, "Thank you. My attendees will be passing here in and out. You'll see everything. Just stay down here."
Could you kindly share the information so we're no longer under suspicion?
I can. And he walks off to the kitchen. You guys walk back in, and the attendee at the door closes it. This all takes about 5 to 10 minutes. Ranshaw, give me an insight check at disadvantage. You got dark vision. Give me an insight check.
Insight?
Insight, yes, sir.
Okay.
Great start.
That's a 19 on the die, so 23.
Okay. The play's been going on for about 20-ish minutes, 15 to 20-ish minutes at this point. And you've been leaning up against the post, just, scanning every once in a while. As the play is going on, you notice that the person in the third box, the one you suspect to be Duke Blackstone, is kind of every once in a while beginning to nervously look around. And not necessarily into the general audience, but more like towards the back where the curtain is, as if he's expecting to be joined from someone and he thought they'd be here by now.
Oh, interesting. Okay. All right. With that, I think I'm going to try and discreetly leave back towards the lobby, because I suspect that if he's fidgeting like that and he's expecting someone to be there soon, or someone that should have been there soon, then hopefully we'll be catching somebody walk down that hallway that isn't. That isn't one of just the attendants.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a stealth check at advantage because of the same reasons that we gave it earlier.
Yep. Lower dice rolls even with advantage, but that's still a solid 14.
14. Okay. So you make it out. Some individuals notice you moving because you as you move out. Here's what I'm gonna do. Oh yeah, no. The individual in the box seat does not notice you.
Okay.
And some of the individuals who are around you kind of like weary of your presence just because they didn't enjoy being crowded on you around.
Fair enough.
They back off, or they notice you, but otherwise you clear out. You have missed the argument between the attendees. You just notice your fellow mercenaries standing right in front of the door.
I still have every reason to believe that they're a crack squad and not a bunch of knuckleheads.
You walk up and you hear Milo, I almost had him.
Oh, there be the energetic fella. Did you find anything out?
Good to see you all. I was in the main floor seating, and I was able to take a look up at the box that we were supposed to be keeping an eye on. Haven't seen anybody join whoever's in there. I believe it's the Duke. But he's getting a little fidgety, as if he's expecting somebody, or that he's expecting that somebody should have been there already. So I think we should all keep a weather eye out for anybody going down the hallway to his box seat.
I assume us standing around would be pretty suspicious then, so we should probably spread out. But this time, these two, and I point at Ara and Milo. Please don't get us kicked out again.
I'm sorry. Did you say kicked out?
Yes, these two on some plot. He's been a little sweet on me, and I point at Milo. He's been a little sweet on me when he put his little disguise on, but them two almost got us all kicked out, and I talked our way back in thanks to the door, Tendy.
While this whole conversation was going on, I was kind of looking around to be aware of our surroundings and to see if I seen anyone new walk in.
No check required. Some of the attendees, an attendee comes back out of the kitchen. The same one who was going to kick you guys out. He's going back to deliver the wine that he was originally going for. No one new has entered the building. You guys are right smack dab at the front entrance. You would have noticed.
I think we should come up with a plan here. I think I'll stay in this lobby, but I'll go to the common area. Since you're a little bit smaller of a fella, is there any way you can get back upstairs and see if anybody comes out of his box seat?
I can definitely try. Didn't see much of a spot for me to hide, though.
I have a question. Have we considered that perhaps the individual we're looking for is actually one of the attendees?
The thought crossed my mind, but that's why I want to say who's coming in and out of his box site, so we can figure out if that is an individual we need to pursue.
When we were upstairs, you said the halls are very bright, like
yes, they're lit by torches. Yeah, and there's
Okay.
only small end tables. There's only 2 small end tables separated. Out there, it's wide open space.
Yeah, there isn't much I can do up there.
What is the point of the end tables if you cannot utilize them?
Are you still stuck on the drink again? I thought Paddington cleared it up for us. It's discarded, not for consumption. Get your head in the game. This ain't time for drinking. We can do that later when upon success.
I will say, breaking character, I will say it's better than what it was a few months ago, Josh.
So slightly, incrementally, sure. Better is a relative term. Let's say that.
It's a relative
Better,
term, but it's better.
Better is a relative term. To some, they might not agree, but
all right,
here we are.
Sorry, I didn't mean to get us off track. All right.
I'm try-harding over here. I'm literally sweating.
Okay. All right. Sorry. Go back to it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to derail the party.
So, I think we should come up with a plan of action. We need to spread out really conspicuous if we're all standing right here together.
Well, please go. No, please, you. I insist.
You insist what? Doing what I said? Oh.
Milo leans up just to ask, when you are out inside of the theater, you had a good view to the box seat, correct?
Yes, a relatively unobstructed view, although interestingly, somehow it's dim enough in there that even my enhanced eyesight was having a little trouble picking out details at that distance.
I think Milo brings up a good point. I think you should go back in there since you have the capability that you do, and then only return out into the lobby when you see somebody go into his box seat. That'll be our cue to see if there's anybody that we need to be paying attention to.
I suppose so. I will say, though, that while I was able to make it in there relatively inconspicuously this time, I seem to make some of the patrons a bit on the nervous side. I get the feeling that this establishment sees clientele a bit more, shall we say, affluent.
Oh, and as you guys are talking about this, an individual walks in.
Here we go.
And the door nearly bumps you guys because you're just standing right there. And he's where it is a human male. That is tanner. I don't want to like skin tones. Skin tones seem similar to you guys, but you guys are in on the Sword Coast during kind of roughly the summertime. But most people aren't just out in the sun all the time. It's not necessarily a very shady area, or it's not necessarily a very sunny area. It's not like, you know, the tropics or anything. It'd be more like the northeastern coast of the US.
Okay.
And so someone walks in who very clearly has spent a lot of time out in the sun, giving you and almost walks right into you, and then looks at you all up and down, and says, and I need every one of you to give me an insight check.
Hey.
Ooh.
Nope.
19.
There's my,
21.
well,
I
with
got
my
a 14.
+4 bonus, that's a 5.
Dude, just setting records here, man.
From
Yeah, this just in in D&D.
This session.
Yeah.
Where's our 5% nat 20s? Where are those at? Maybe we're just storing them all up for combat, which I would be fine with.
Yeah.
A-okay.
All right, what was the highest? I'm sorry.
His is 21.
I got a 21.
Milo.
Okay. As far as you guys can tell, he just seems like he walks in and he says, "Oh, excuse me. Perhaps excuse me. Perhaps I wasn't aware that this was a congregational area." And he walks up the stairs. And then he gets up to the top of the stairs. And he checks his pockets. And I need you guys to roll me an insight check once again.
Can I do better?
If he thinks we just steal.
That's much better.
22.
Not as good as that, though. 17. Still pretty decent.
Larry?
14.
14. Okay. Milo, I'm whispering you something. I can remember the code for it.
Milo, what do your rabbit senses tell you?
Are you whispering? Will you
tingling.
whisper in Roll20 for future reference or Discord?
I'm whispering in Roll20 if I can.
That way I can make sure.
I have forgotten the code for it though, so hold on.
It's /W.
Yeah, but it's whenever you do that, it's supposed to pull up a. Oh, there it goes.
List.
It just wasn't doing it. There we go.
I don't know the difference between forward or backward slashes, though.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I like to imagine that whenever Milo succeeds on a insight check, there's his little rabbit ears twitch a little bit.
It's more the tail.
There we go.
The cottontail.
That little cottontail. Guys, I got my tail tingle.
It's the rabbit senses. They're tingling.
It looks mighty fluffy. Can I pet it?
Please don't touch me.
Don't touch me ever.
Great asset.
That's from Leap Company, you guys. Instead of when he gets his tail twitch, instead of like a squirrel reaction, rabbit. See a little twitch.
All right, Milo, that is what you notice.
I guess I should have pulled the chat open.
These glasses are made for seeing,
Nope.
and that's just what they'll do.
Just for looks.
So that's what you notice as you're reading that. He's checking his pockets, and then he says, "Oh, I forgot my eyeglasses. I'm sure that I won't be able to see much." And he starts walking down the stairs.
Just just watch where he goes.
You're just gonna watch where he goes.
Mhm.
Okay.
If you, or at least move out of the door.
You're gonna move out of the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
You let him walk. You let him walk out.
as he walks back out, I look at the rest of the group. I think that's him.
What gives you that suspicion?
He just seems very off.
Should we tell
Good enough
him?
for me.
Should we tell him? No pun intended.
Should we tell him if he's off?
Tell him. Track him. Follow.
Oh, like tail.
Yeah.
I would
Or
agree
just-
to that. Yes.
Have fun there.
I've follow behind. I'm assuming this is where it's at night, correct?
It is. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
You guys met at the inn at sunset. So yes. You're tailing him.
I will try to silently walk back out behind him.
Walk back. Like how? Like are you letting him get a little bit of distance, or are you
I
trying to
would
be?
let him get a little bit.
Okay. How much?
Let's call it like a minute,
A minute.
maybe 2.
2 minutes.
He gone.
Okay.
I don't want to walk right out after him.
Okay, so 2 minutes. Milo's gonna wait 2 minutes. He tells you guys you think that's him. Does everyone wait 2 minutes?
Hi.
Here, oh man,
Or is
Here's
that
the
too
conundrum.
long?
we were supposed to accost him after he met up with the Duke because the
That
Duke
is
was
correct.
to, yeah, hand off some sort of. I think we were told the Duke was supposed to hand a letter to the spy. I don't
Yes.
think he was. Yeah. So if this spy has been spooked, then we've kind of already screwed up the mission.
But there's no guarantee that he will return.
That's true.
I think we should spread out. He'll follow him, and we'll try to wait it out and see if anybody else occurs.
That's probably our best course of action. Especially since if we give him a little bit of time, if he doesn't try to come back in, if we don't see him try to come back in, we're just going to have to go down to the ship. We've seen what he looks like. If we think he's our guy, we can go down to the ship and try and wait for him there as our plan B.
Okay. Everyone give me either a general wisdom or general intelligence check. Your call.
Wisdom, please.
Uh,
I was
Yeah.
cocked open. Worse.
Well,
4.
I had better rolls. 7.
10.
7.
We are all sharing one brain cell, and
Nope.
it is exhausted.
It's punching each other.
I'm actually gonna be honest. You guys wanted low here. If you all did wisdom, who did anyone not do wisdom?
I did wisdom.
Oh. I did wisdom.
Okay.
Yeah. I was doing wisdom.
Every single one of you. Milo's the only one having decided that he wanted to wait there for 2 whole minutes. So he was like, I've already committed to this plan. Every single one of you loses your nerve. And after about 3 minutes, you guys are like, he's not coming back. Actually, we'll call
Fair
it
enough.
5. We'll call it 5 because 7, yeah, that's how I wanted to do it. After about 5 minutes, a whole 5 minutes, you guys are like, uh-oh.
Yep.
But during that 5, am I already out following?
No, because the group said we'll give it a few minutes to let him wait. Unless you want to tell me that you were not going with the group's suggestion. What I heard when Andrew said we'll give it some time was we'll wait and see if he comes back. If you want to tell me that you were following him, I'm okay with that.
I think I would have still walked out after the two. From what I got, what he was saying is they were going to wait, and I continued telling him.
Okay. You still wait the full 2 minutes though before you go out. He's gone.
He's gone.
It's a busy city, and given how long it took you guys to get to the Planar Theater, even though you can theoretically guess that he went one direction, he could be halfway across the sector by now if he's not worried about being spotted.
Well, man books it in 2 minutes.
I mean, especially if he was the spy and
if
you thought we were on him.
Do you want to start looking? Like, do you want to start like guessing? Because he can go right, he could go left. You're on a main road, so essentially where you're at. If you look at that map of the Coasthold area that I sent you guys, you're in the River District. You're on the east end of the River District, so the very far east sector of that strip. And the Planar Theater backs up to the river. You know that he has a ship in Back Bay. So he does have to go a fair amount of way, but he has multiple routes to get there. And that's just to go through, he could go through Old Town and go to Back Bay. He could go straight from the River District into the gate to go to Back Bay. There's tons of buildings all around. That he could cross through alleys and side streets and everything to try and make sure he's not being followed. So you can try and start hunting, but you don't know for sure where he went.
I want to. The buildings around are pretty tall, correct?
They're in the River District. Yes, they're generally either expansive one-story buildings, or some of them are two-story townhouses. The Planar Theater is, of course, 2 stories.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing really that seems to be larger than 2 stories, but they're almost all of them are.
I actually turned back around.
Okay.
Walk back in and let everybody know that he is gone.
Okay.
And we should probably head to the dock.
Okay. So you guys are sitting there, and your guys are getting really nervous already. Milo comes in here and says, I got nothing.
That's not good. Doesn't bode well for what we're trying to do.
And here's what I'll say, guys. Because you guys actually passed, and by passed I mean failed correctly, the wisdom checks that I had planned for you. He's not coming back. You guys got to go. If
successfully,
you guys failed successfully. He's not coming back. He's gone. I'm telling you, as the DM, he's not coming back.
I look at the rabbit, and are you highly confident he is the one?
Yes.
And I think we should pursue. We should get there quickly. But if we fail, I blame it on you two.
Who are you pointing at?
the dragonborn and the rabbit.
Okay.
What are you gonna do about it?
Well, let's head out.
Okay.
That doesn't answer the question of the letter that we were supposed to get.
I think it'd be better to procure something rather than nothing at all. Let's catch the spy and deliver him.
Sounds like reasonable logic to me. Let's go.
I agree.
Tally ho!
He's very loud. My walks.
Okay. So it's like we can adjust audio if we need to, but that was incorrect.
No, not him specifically. His character.
Okay. It takes you guys about 20 minutes to travel from East End, making the most direct route to the Back Bay area, looking for the looking in the shipping area. Sorry, I'm just in the camera's back. But you guys do make it to the harbor area, and there are several ships docked.
Of course there are.
Are they all on one little dock together, or are they spaced out?
No, they're spaced out, and Back Bay is like the harbors of Back Bay are very large. Like you could walk the docks, like from one end of the dock where it reaches the old town walls to where it reaches the walls where there are no more docks, and it's a 24-ish minute walk.
I suppose we should have asked for a description of the ship.
Yeah, that probably would have been a good idea. Is there any, looking around the dock, is there anything that's nearby that looks like it'd be high enough to get a vantage point of the entire dock in this area?
Of the entire dock is going to be difficult. There are several warehouses, though. The whole the whole Back Bay area is just covered with warehouses and offices for the various mercantile companies that do business on the docks, as well as the facilities needed to move to actually transport the goods from warehouses onward.
Is there a dock personnel who keep track of
I was just about to ask.
the incoming and outgoing, as far as, obviously I'm sure they got to pay some kind of fee to dock and all that stuff.
Yeah.
There are
Harbor Master, Port Authority, something.
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead and Ara, since you're specifically looking, go ahead and make me an investigation check.
Well, he does that. Can I scan the area to see if I see him?
Give me a perception check.
Being that it was if he's arriving on ship, I'm assuming it wouldn't be like a mercantile ship, so it wouldn't be loaded down with a bunch of boxes necessarily per se. I mean, it very well maybe, but do I see any ships that are a little bit more light in its cargo?
Also give me a perception check. Larry, what did you make on your investigation?
18.
18. Okay. Larry, it takes you about 10 minutes. Actually, hold on. I'm rethinking. Would have been 30. It takes you about 15 minutes, Larry, to successfully track down a dock master, is what the title is that they have, where they have a book of what ships are there and how much and if they've paid their dock fees and how long they're supposed to be there.
Yes.
You do find one, though. Hold that thought. We're going to come right back to you. Milo, remind me, what were you doing? You're trying to scan the area?
Yeah, just scanning the area, see if he comes around.
What was your
got
roll?
a nat 20 for a total of 27.
Nat 20 for 27. Okay. You
Nice.
do not see him, but what I will tell you is that you can pretty much view, if you're looking at the Back Bay map, on the southern two squares, here and here, you don't find him, but you're pretty confident you'd have been able to see everything, every person down there. So either he threw off his clothes and put on a disguise and boarded a ship, or he did not go that direction. Okay. Your perception. What was your perception?
I was so if we're going perception, 23. Nat
23.
20.
Nat 20, 23. Okay.
That's why I did do that.
What you notice is that you're specifically looking at ships. It's actually harder to see more of the harbor because the ships will actually block each other off. So there's no straight sight lines like there was for Milo. The ships that you guys are standing essentially right here. I gotta stop with this lock screen. Oh well, I'll worry about that later. You guys are standing right there. That section, so about you can see approximately 25% of the dock area are all cargo ships.
Okay.
As far as you can tell, there's no designated passenger or warships in the harbor at the moment.
Okay. Would there be any ships that are like smaller than a cargo ship?
Like sleuths and whatnot, like
Yeah, just fast travel ships.
Fast travel ships. Not that you can see in the area.
Okay.
All right, Larry, what are you asking the harbor, the dockmaster?
Before I ask, when we were getting our briefing, did they give us a time frame of?
He told us that he arrived 3 days ago.
He arrived 3
Yep.
days ago.
And that the ship is going to leave at dawn.
Correct.
Okay.
Sun
So
up.
then, Dockmaster, sir.
Yes. How can I help you?
I'm in need of information.
Okay. What can I help you with, sir?
I need to know what ships have got here in 3 days ago and is scheduled to leave very soon.
And I'm sorry, sir. Why are you trying to procure this information?
I throw some coins his way.
Okay.
There we go.
When in doubt.
Grease those wheels.
How much?
I will do 10 gold.
10 gold. He looks at you and he looks at you and he says, "Listen, I don't want anyone getting harmed on these docks. What's this for? What's the information for?"
It is not to harm anyone whatsoever, I assure you.
Okay, make me a deception check, because definitely is.
Again, harm is also a relative term.
Nope.
15.
Okay. He believes you. He says, he's looking at the goal in front of him. He says, "Okay, listen. What I don't have the whole books. Like I'm only responsible for this section. But I know most of the ships have been here longer than 3 days. There's only 2 that I can think of. There's one docked at the north section, and there's one docked about 5 minutes that way, 5 minutes west. They've both been here for about 3 days. I don't have their books, so I don't know when they're supposed to leave. But there's only 2 ships that I know of that docked 3 days ago that haven't been here for multiple days."
One to the north, one to the east and west.
Alrighty. I appreciate your cooperation.
You're welcome. Oh, by the way, he looks around and he says, "Western Star is booked in the north, and the Amaranth is booked in the west. Those are the ship names. Now, you never saw me."
I travel back to the group.
Okay. No one seemed. I mean, Milo, to get a clear vantage point, kind of had to move off, but you guys kind of have an idea of where he is. And Auric, you are walking kind of the dock areas while you're making your check. We'll say both of you take about a minute or 2 to make your checks and make your visible. Ranshaw, as far as I'm aware, you haven't left the general vicinity.
Correct.
Okay.
Just been kind of hanging out, keeping an eye out, but.
Okay, and it did take him specific Ara. I said it took him 15 minutes to find a harbor master. So he's found his harbor master. You 3 are back together, and he's walking back up to you. Unless someone did something while he was out there looking.
You 3 being everyone excepting Milo.
Everyone except Ara.
Oh, okay.
Ara took 15 minutes. You both took about 2, maybe 3 minutes, and Ranshaw's just been standing there. Being happy. I don't know.
Did either of you say anything?
I haven't seen a friend yet. No, I have not.
I am fairly confident he's not on this side.
This side being where you came from?
Yes. From the west.
I thought it was the east side that you had a good vantage point on.
He had the west. He's. I'm
clicked
sorry,
okay.
I'm mistaken. No, you're correct. The east.
Okay.
I apologize. My fault. And also that means because apparently I don't know my directions. The Amaranth is on the east side.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, my bad.
My north, south, east, west was backwards. I was looking at it through a mirror.
Guys do the same. I don't have an excuse. I don't know what I was doing. Yeah.
And
Yes,
we're
the
moving on.
east.
And we're moving on. East side was visible as far as you can tell. No one came on the east side. The Amaranth is docked at the east side. The Western Star is docked at the north section.
But we would
don't
know that.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have that information yet.
So
Okay.
Yes, I just to clarify because
cool. Okay.
So neither of you saying anything, and I wasn't able to determine if there was any ships that were light on its cargo or something that just arrived a couple days ago.
I mean, not at night and from this area. They're all cargo ships. They're all in various states of.
Right, that was me communicating my side to them.
Oh, I apologize.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm now flustered because I got west and east confused.
We threw off this game, guys.
What happened to our? Has anybody seen what happened to our Popo Dragonborn friend?
I get back to the group.
Okay.
What fantastic timing!
Before he does that, Oric just quickly states, I hope he's not off messing stuff up again.
At some point, I'll have to hear the full story of what happened to you all inside the theater.
You will.
Okay. And guys, now that you've all collected, I think now would be a good time to go ahead and take a mid-session break. Let's all be back here in 11 minutes.
All right. See you in 11 minutes.
Yeah,
Hello, everyone. Future Jacob here. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you're still in, if you are enjoying it, please hit that like button and subscribe button, and make sure you check the description for all the channel links to the guys playing the games. We've got Can't Win 'Em All Gaming. That's where you can support Larry and I's gaming channel. We've got Papa Panda One, that's where you can support Andrew's gaming channel. We've got Malcolm Punch, which is Chase's gaming channel. And we've got JT Moo, which is Josh's gaming channel. And of course, you'll have Fairly Critical as well, which is my main channel where I talk about movies and television shows and stuff like that, where we kind of analyze stories and shows and why they do and don't work. So if you guys are enjoying us individually, check those channels out, show these guys some love and support. See if you will enjoy their content as well. Like this video again if you're enjoying it, subscribe for more, but let's get back to previous versions of ourselves, play this game, and hopefully not screw it up too badly.
And Mel was like, anxiety.
All right, welcome back. We have we are back from our break. When we left off, Larry bribed a dockmaster. Milo had figured out that at least half of the docks have not, the spy has not been to at least half of the docks unless he was disguised. Ranchaw stood there being happy, and Oric saw that there were no that cargo ships are the name of the game in the cargo area of Back Bay. So I'll let you guys go back to it.
And Larry, this is when you were walking up, right?
Yes. Gentlemen, I have found some new information.
Ah, excellent.
Share it quickly, please. Time is of the essence.
I was told that the Western Star is in the north and the Amaranth is docked on the east, and those are the only two ships in this area that are in the same time frame of when our spy's ship got here.
Ah, well, I believe our Harangon friend confirmed that he didn't see anybody boarding any ships on the eastern side of the dock. So I suppose we should head towards that western star you said, to the north.
That sounds like a plan to me.
These
I like
directions are playing with my mind. The Western Star in the north. Super suspicious. Sounds like a spy ship name to me.
Might have done that on purpose. Who knows?
It sounds the same to me.
Maybe the
We start
DM didn't
walking?
want to say that the Western Star was in the west, but because he thought that the west was east, and maybe he got it all turned around, and it's fine.
Are we really looking for the Southern Star?
Nope.
From where we are, how far of a walk is it to the northern portion?
The northern portion from where you guys are will be about 6 minutes.
Okay. So on the
That's not
walk
bad.
there, I noticed that we didn't really introduce ourselves on this trek so far. So I just wanted to say that my name's Oric Stronghammer.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance, Auric. I'm Ranshaw. I've already introduced myself to Ara over there. But I don't believe I know our Herringon friend's name.
It's Milo.
Milo.
Yeah.
Fantastic name.
I am Arha Razor. It's good
Pleasure to
calling
meet you. I'm most interested in you, Renshaw. You seem to be quite full of energy.
Well, simply the vibrance and exuberance of springtime.
Milo and Ara, you guys get to make perception checks. Ranshaw and Orc don't.
I rolled a natural 20.
Hey.
So 22.
Is that how you do that? 21.
20. Well, there you go. Yeah, that's so Larry, what was your total?
22.
22. 21 and 22. Okay.
Melvin.
Go ahead, Ranshaw. Go ahead, Ranshaw, or keep going.
The exuberance of springtime, you say, huh?
Oh, yes, it's a part of who I am, at least today.
At least
Thought it was
today.
summer.
Say again.
I thought it was summer.
Summer? Oh, no. Should we all survive this, and we meet up on the morrow, we can see what summer has to say.
Should we survive it? Do you have a plan for our demise?
I am so lost.
And before that can be answered, Ara, you see the Western Star docked. You guys walked about a minute and a half and into it took you guys a few minutes to get to the section, but then about a minute and a half in the sector, you spot the ship.
There's the ship, guys. Keep an eye out.
Do I happen to see?
Yeah,
You as well. Yes, I'm sorry, Milo. You will see it as well.
Do I happen to see a
him.
familiar figure walking through?
No. So the docks are calmer. So there's still work being done. You get the sense that this place doesn't stop even at night. There's actually lit place. There's actually posts that aren't burning. They're not torched. They're magically lit. And it's casting light throughout the docks. It's not as busy as you probably would imagine it is during daytime, but there's still a fair amount of hustle and bustle about. But you don't not see the individual you're looking for currently as you're approaching the ship.
Does the Western look like it's still tied up, not being prepared to move or anything?
Yes, it is. It is still tied to the dock. There are two ramps, wood ramps leaned up against the pier and the dock, or a pier in the ship. And there are two ropes on both ends of the ship, anchoring it to the pier.
Or there's no one like traveling up or down or on the ship itself?
No. There is one sailor with a crossbow at the bow of the ship. You get the idea that they probably are just
on
always
post.
there. Yeah.
Well, I don't seem to see him anywhere in this area either.
Right. Considering his lead, he might already be on the ship, or we could have beaten him here in the event he was attempting to be a little circumspect. So, I say that we listen to our friend Auric's suggestion from earlier, and we split up, at least a little bit. Take different positions around the dock, not too close. Keep an eye out for at least a few minutes. Give him some time, and if we don't see him arrive, well, I believe our orders were to storm the ship.
If you believe he might be on the ship as a possibility now, would it be wise of us to send one or two of us on it already? Wait in
But
ambush?
we aren't sure which ship is his.
We're relatively certain that it's the Western Star here. Relatively.
If you didn't say him in the east, I think it very possible he'd be here.
But I don't see him in the north either.
I mean, fair statement. Let's do it. Ranshaw said, split up, which is what I said, and then we work together to.
Great idea, Ranshaw.
Good job.
Good job. It's also my idea. Good job, me.
I did give him credit.
That's why I brought it back. Because you, yeah. I think we split up and we see what we can do in the next few minutes. What should be our deadline?
Don't ask me. I'm bad at time. So,
shall we say? I'm sorry, Ara.
Go ahead, Renshaw.
No, half an hour.
That sounds great to me.
Okay. All of you make me perception checks.
Hey, all right, let's go.
Josh, don't you take away that glorious mukbang. You put that image back up there.
11.
24.
24.
Celebration was nothing.
Nat 20.
Nat 20
with a plus 7.
Okay. Wow.
23
single
total.
one of you splits up, takes positions, and is just like literally staring at the ship. And every single one of you notices the guard. You're just everyone kind of glances at the guard. Has very pale skin.
Ooh.
Pale skin.
Wait a second.
Is he moving at all?
He paces back and forth a little bit, but he mostly stays in the same area where he can see the ramps of his ship. He has a crossbow, and it's just but he's not like splitting out.
Do I see anybody local to me where they're hiding, kind of to get a vantage point on the ship?
I'd say you guys have you may not be able to see all of each other all the time, but you know each other's general whereabouts, and you can kind of like you could go and approach them.
Okay, I will calmly approach the nearest member to where I am.
Okay, let's say that's Ara. Let's call it Ara.
Okay, Ara. So I approach Ara, and this gentleman, the guard on the ship, I just noticed he's got paler skin than the guy that came into the theater. It might be wise of us to go scout the other ship and see if there's any more darker complected individuals.
I think I also concur with that.
Do you see any of the either two around us? We can let them know what we're doing real quick.
Yeah, between the two of you guys know where everyone is.
Do we all four of us go to the other ship, or do we two of us go to the other ship just to make sure that we're getting the correct ship?
I think we do split up just to make sure. Just because the guard's not as dark complected as the spy doesn't mean that they can't be together. But I'd like to see the color of the skin of the other people. That means they might be traveling together, experiencing the sun a little bit more.
Let's find Milo and Ranchall and let them know.
So yeah, we do that and convey all the information about what my suspicions are about the guard is.
Okay, you wave them over, and you guys all congregate to discuss this. So Ranshaw and Milo, you guys are being conveyed that these two individuals, your party members here, think that the guard's sun tone does not match that of the other spy.
Oh, I suppose that's a reasonable deduction. Well, if we do split up to try and watch both ships, they seem to be at relative cross purposes on the dock here. I mean, it's going to take some time to get between the two ships. If then again, I guess we just need to confirm that he's on the one. We go grab the others. All right, sounds good. So who's going to take which?
Well, Ara and I will head over to the what's the ship called?
The Amaranth.
Amaranth. Okay. Ara and I will head over to the Amaranth, and I'll give you a very particular call if we're to locate the individual. You won't miss it.
I'm so ready for that.
Would it be the kind of call that would get the attention of the gods?
It'd be the type of call to get the attention of anybody. Doesn't mean they know what it is. You will.
This is where campaign session 1, everyone, where the whole thing gets derailed. Because to rewrite everything.
So I would highly recommend that you don't use some sort of signal that everybody would be made aware of, because it may end up alerting our spy friend. Remember, we want to try and keep this somewhat low key, so to speak. So if you do see them on the Amaranth, you know where to find us, and then we can go back there. We have until dawn before they would set sail. And of course, if we see our mark enter this ship, we can go find you. In fact, I can run fairly quickly. I should be able to convey a message to you faster than perhaps than most, and hopefully get you back here for us to storm the ship.
If we are to make notice of him, one should stay behind just to make sure he doesn't get away or leave.
I agree with that.
So we'll go check it. But if we happen to locate him, I'll come back. That's no problem. That won't stop my call. You will hear it one way or another.
Like the Call of Cthulhu.
Well, then I can only hope that Bahamut blesses our endeavors here.
Okay. It takes you it takes you a solid 24 minutes. Not 24, 18 minutes. It takes you a solid 18 minutes to get from where you were to finding the Amaranth. You guys are searching the whole names and everything, and you see it 18 minutes away. Who all went?
Me and Ara.
You and Ara. Both of you guys make me perception checks.
It's a big dock.
It's a big city.
7.
It's up to you.
Okay. All right. You both notice, very much like the Western Star, there's an individual with a crossbow on the bow of the ship. It's raised up, and he's standing on the bow of the ship. He is much tanner. Ara, you notice that. Auric, you're gasping for air because you didn't realize it was such a large dock.
Don't make fun of us short people.
Auric, I do believe that this could be the correct boat. This individual has a darker tone of skin like our spy.
All right. I suppose you should stay local while I start this trek of a journey again.
Takes a couple deep breaths.
I take off running.
I would.
At a very quick pace, not necessarily full out running, but
Okay. Make me a Constitution check.
You're about to exhaust yourself.
just raw, right?
Yeah, just no a Constitution check. Yeah, just the Constitution check.
22.
Damn. I was hoping.
Dwarfs.
Okay. You make it back there in about half the time because you're moving pace. You do have to gasp over breathing for air when you get there because you're not used to it.
When I walk up to Rentraw and Milo, I kind of buckle at the waist, and then I'm huffing and puffing. Call! I think they'd be that way.
It's just straight air.
I told you to get ahead one way or another. We best get going again.
I walk up to him.
I thought it was going to be something far more violent.
Pat him on his back.
It would have been from that side. It's a fair distance.
I am still.
What was that, Milo?
I just walk up to him and pat him on his back.
Okay.
And then continue walking.
Okay, you guys, what pace are you guys going for?
Accelerated.
I got that Gimli look to me right now. I'm like,
I don't want to show up like him.
Legolas.
You don't want to show up like him. Okay. Everyone make me a Constitution check. If you're going at an accelerated pace, make me a Constitution check, but it's going to be a lower. It'll take you guys more time, but it'll be a lower difficulty check. Except for you, Oric. It's same difficulty.
19.
19, you're fine.
17.
You're fine.
Constitution check, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You guys are fine. Ara, you
I've been looking around this entire time. Still.
Yes. Are you just standing out in the open, or where are you going? Where are you been?
I kind of went over by like a. Is there any crates or anything on the dock anywhere?
So there aren't any crates. We'll say you guys haven't made it yet. But there are like spaces of cobblestone in between these warehouse areas.
Is there any of them that are still in view of the ship where I won't miss anything?
Yeah, I mean you could stand in this alleyway right here and see everything.
Then I stand over by the cobblestone, trying to look inconspicuous.
Okay.
This alleyway right where?
What was that?
This alleyway right where?
Oh, sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I can see things now.
Yeah, my bad. My bad.
Okay. All right. So
We're at the right ship, guys.
Then yeah, kind of. Is that where I'm at? Is that the kind of a cobblestone type thing?
Yes. So these right here, these are warehouses.
Okay.
There's open dock with a cobblestone path, and then the pier. Obviously, there's only this one, the Amaranth, docked at this pier.
So is the pier like kind of lit?
Yes, everything is lit by posts, which I just didn't put into the picture, but it is all lit by posts that seem to be enchanted with the light cantrip.
Okay. And then is the alleyway area kind of lit, or is it kind of dark?
It descends into dim lit as you go into the alleys. Yes.
Okay. All right. So I kind of just chill in the dim lit light, making sure I can still kind of see what's going on the boat if anyone's going to enter or exit.
Okay. Not a problem whatsoever. Go ahead and make me a perception check.
Who was that? I'm sorry.
Just Ara. You guys haven't shown up
Okay.
yet. You're on the map, but you're not there yet.
6.
6. Okay. You're in these cobblestone alleyways, but there are still individuals kind of walking up and giving you side, like, dock workers walking up and giving you kind of looks like these not normally here. So every once in a while, as people approach you, you kind of you kind of duck away to not look super suspicious, or like you're waiting on anyone in particular in case the spy were to come up and be in disguise. And as such, you do miss. There are periods of time where someone theoretically could have docked or could have entered the boat.
Okay.
Approximately 30 minutes later, the rest of your party makes it up on the cobblestone path. They do not initially see you, but you at least see them.
All right.
Being up closer to here now, I guess I'm just gonna continue looking to see if I see a familiar face.
Go ahead and make me the perception check.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Yeah, you're fine. You do not see it. Or you can't reduce the size of the
The ones at the bottom of the screen. We did it in Melvin did it somehow on the other one, but
yes,
I like
go into settings.
I've went there and I just can't find it.
It's settings, audio and video, and then there's a sub tab that says video display.
Okay, there we go. And then thank you.
You're
Names only. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Milo, you're approaching the ship. Oric points it out to you. You clearly see a guard up here. There's a handful of dock workers moving about. There's a harbor master. You do not notice. You do not notice the person you're looking for.
Is it possible to do some sort of, I guess, to see if anyone's looking as if they don't belong?
Give me an insight check. And I'll say with such a high I'll say with such a high perception that you've been rolling, you can do it at advantage as well.
Oh, well, I just threw my other D20 away. Uh, 24.
Okay. From the people you can see, the dock workers kind of mulling about, and even the post, the guard, the sailor who's on post, it does not look like anyone's abnormally disguised. Dock workers are clearly tired, but they're going about their normal business. There's a harbor master walking around, kind of just observing boats and every once in a while noting down stuff on his parchment. It seems to be as far as you can tell, a regular night on the docks.
Did you say the guard had spotted us by chance?
The guard is the guard eyes you as you guys are approaching. You guys don't
as a group then, right?
As a group, you guys don't belong. Every once in a while, there might be someone armed, usually a guard, like a member of the Coasthold guard. Will walk down. You guys stand out. And so as you guys approach, he definitely notices you.
Dang. I'd like to kind of separate myself from the group and then walk to the far side of the dock.
You all have control of your tokens, by the way. You can move.
Yeah.
Them.
Oh. So I kind of walk this way.
Okay.
Not really paying any mind to the guard.
Okay.
But to get here. And the problem is you saying him noticing us walk up together. I can't really pretend to be a drunkard at this moment then, correct? Without him like
You can certainly try anything, Josh.
I don't think I'm going to if he spotted us.
I mean, he definitely spotted you, and if you want to try and make that play,
no, he saw us walk up into the group. So I'm going to come to the far side, and then I'm going to kind of just slowly pace the far side of the dock.
Okay, what you see, Josh, is that there's a gentleman here, that certainly seems like he's got a little bit finer clothing on. He's got like a jacket, and he says, "Oi, what are you doing?"
Just taking a lovely stroll on a night like this.
I don't appreciate it. You're a little too close to my ship. Can you please go back the other way?
I stick my hand out. I think I'm far enough away. Can't do any damage from over here.
He gives you a look and he says, "Get farther. Get off the pier back towards the warehouses, or I'll come down there and make you."
He jumps in the water.
I'd like to see you do it.
Oh gosh.
Before we do this, before Orc tries to solo this guy, what are Ranchon, Milo, and Ara doing?
For Milo, I think it's going to try to duck, at least get out of view of a lot of people. So it wants to duck down one of the alleys, mostly the one that's sitting, yeah.
Okay.
And try to see if he can hide down there. Is there anything like supplies or anything down these alleys, or are these empty alleys in between these warehouses?
They're empty alleys. The warehouses seem to be the warehouses are closed. When you walk past them, you don't see into them, but that's logically where you can believe the supplies are being held.
But it is like the docks themselves are lit, but these alleys are pretty.
They're getting they get dim out. They dim out as you go.
Can I try to, I guess, get a good distance down into them to where it is hard to see me in this area?
Yeah, from the dock area, you want it to be hard to see you from this area?
Yeah.
Go ahead and just move to space. You can just come here, and then go ahead and make me a stealth check.
Stealth. 25.
25. Okay. As far as you know, you're hidden. Ranshaw and Ara, do you guys want to do anything else?
I am hearing. I'm assuming I can overhear the commotion that's going on. That with them yelling at each other.
Yes.
So I start making my way to making my way over towards Auric.
Okay. All right, Ranshaw.
I'm thinking here.
You see Ara come out of the shadows, Auric. Ranshaw. You didn't even know he was there.
Oh my.
Jump scare.
Yeah. So I would just be casually just continuing to stroll. Gonna get right about here, and then going to kind of actually right up here, and adopt something of a meditative trance, or at least what appears to be a meditative trance.
Okay.
Just trying to seem relatively inconspicuous. I'm sure it's still kind of weird. I will take out my, from out from under my tunic, my holy symbol to Bahamut, so it almost looks like I'm meditating, praying something.
Okay. Ara, as you start walking up, the guy with the crossbow shifts it against his shoulder and doesn't aim it it's not like he's aiming it like intently at you, but he's certainly got it readied. The individual, Josh, who was Auric, who was talking to you, yells out and says, "Listen here, laddie. I don't know what you're doing here, go do it somewhere else.
I have the freedom to be here, and I don't take kindly to a stranger telling me what to do.
What freedom? What freedom do you have here, dwarf?
You're only docked here, all right? You don't own the port or the pier, do you?
Okay, well here's what I see. I do own this ship, and I've got valuable cargo on board.
And I reach my hand out again, and I'm still far enough away.
And you can get on board pretty quick, and you're the only one on this dock that I've seen that wasn't wearing a guard uniform in 3 days who's got armor and a sword. So I don't feel comfortable with you. Hammer, excuse me. Armored up with weapons. So I don't appreciate you coming aboard. All right,
I haven't come aboard.
I don't appreciate you being anywhere near me. I would rather you not even be within eyesight of my ship. So start stepping.
You can tell me what to do for a price.
Okay. He pulls out a short curved blade, and he says, "Last warning."
So when he draws his weapon, I grab my shield and warhammer.
Okay.
I've been looking for a tussle.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I can't see the gentleman he's speaking to, but can I see Org?
You can.
From where I'm at?
Yes, you can.
As he pulls his hammer off his shoulder, I pull out my bow just in case.
Okay.
And I follow suit.
Just in case.
I follow suit with Oric, seeing that he's drawing his weapons.
Okay.
I get my shield and sword drawn.
Yeah,
I make sure my hands and feet are still attached to my body.
But
Check.
10 fingers,
Yes.
10 fingers, 10 toes. Count the rest later.
He cracks his neck.
Yeah, that meditative state he was in. Twisted a little too far there, bud.
So which one is? I'm assuming the guy at the front of the boat. Front of the boat is the guy with the crossbow.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
the guy at the bow is the crossbow,
Gotcha.
and this guy's the one threatening physical violence, threatening sword violence.
Awesome.
Okay.
God.
He yells, "Boys, come on out."
Yes.
Boys. Plural.
Looks like you're getting the party started.
Oh, it's because I'm here. As he says that, some more sailors with similar with like not swords but clubs step on into your view, and the crossbow guy now officially takes aim at you, Ara.
All right.
So to verify, we have 3 sword or clubsmen, the one with a scimitar, and then the crossbowman.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are these squares like the amount of feet?
Yes.
5 feet, I believe. Yeah.
Correct.
So a square.
You always do 5 feet, right, Jacob? Whenever
Yes.
we're on the map. Oh, okay.
So each square is 5 feet.
Yes.
Cool.
Oh, gosh. Did I hear music?
So we haven't actually started the combat. He's still.
Yeah. He's
Okay.
he
called
said,
out his boys.
Come on out, boys. And as they start to descend,
So
he moves.
when I
he
hear
moves down
that-
the deck.
when I hear that and I make the statement about looks like the party's getting started, I'll take a few paces forward.
Okay. Larry, you can move up some if you need to. Ranshaw, you're still over there.
Yep.
Okay.
Can I do one more?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Everyone roll me initiative.
All right.
This is where we need those nat 20s, boys.
This is
Dang it, boys.
17.
All right, hold on. Don't shout them at me yet. Hold on one second. I'll
No,
ask
don't. Yeah, I think he brackets them. Dang it! Wasted nat 20s on perception.
Ooh.
I saw some stuff. I noticed.
I mean, no one told you to start it. Just picking fights. I guess should have expected that from a dwarf.
Dwarf barbarian.
He's an angry dwarf.
Yeah.
Also, Melvin should have expected it from Josh.
I honestly did not.
I had pokey poke, stab, and everything the other campaign.
I'm already like we're already getting murder hobo-y. I'm gonna have
So
to.
proud.
I'm gonna have to. We're gonna have to counters. Okay. Anyone get above a 25?
No.
Okay, 20 to 20.
25.
You got a 25. Okay. And what's your? It's a +4 for you. I don't know why I'm asking. No one tied it. Yeah. What's your initiative bonus?
+9.
+9. Okay. What from? I gotta check. You know, never mind.
I know that Paragons get a bonus.
Oh, it's the hair. It's a racial feature. Okay.
And my subclass.
Yes.
Oh, hot
okay.
dang.
I forgot about that. Okay. All right. So you got a 25. Did anyone get a 20 to 24?
No.
Okay. 15 to 19.
I got a 16.
16. Bonus?
+4.
+4. Okay. 10 to 14.
Larry, didn't you get 17, you said?
I got 17. Sorry.
17.
Yes,
Okay. What's the bonus on what's your initiative bonus?
that was with the initiative bonus.
I know. What is it?
Oh, 1.
1. Okay. And then Oric.
8.2.
Thank you.
This is the anxious way. The lowest initiative.
All right.
First online.
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to give you guys just a brief idea of what it is. I will give you guys updates as it goes. It's going to start with Milo, then we're going to go to Sailor, to one of the sailors, and then we're going to go to Ara, and we'll go from there. Milo, you got first. You're top of the initiative.
Is it obvious for Milo that they're like from my perspective, I just see the guys walking down the dock.
They're moving aggressively. If you would like, I'll give you a free insight check, or actually,
weapons drawn too, though.
Insight or investigation, either one. Probably insight. I can't imagine. Yeah, I can't imagine you want
it. 10.
As far from this distance, as far as you know, they're moving aggressively, but it's a toss-up whether or not for you they're going to attack first.
I can see they're holding weapons though.
They are, yeah. You can definitely see that they're holding.
And they're
weapons.
approaching. They're approaching them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take that as they're trying to attack. So
okay.
I'm gonna.
We'll let the lawyers sort it out. Okay, go ahead.
Take a shot.
Okay,
take a shot at the green.
At green. Okay. Yep. You got to clear. You got. I'm gonna have you move up here. To make sure you get a clear line of sight on him. However, he did not know you exist, so I'm going to give you advantage on that shot.
Ooh.
Okay. Yep. That's 14.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
That's a miss?
No. I'm sorry. That was a roll to hit. 14.
Yeah.
No, that is a hit. That's a hit. I apologize. I misunderstood what was going on. Yeah, that's a hit.
That's 8 piercing.
8. Okay, 8 piercing damage as the arrow arcs over the shoulder, almost exactly of Ara, and hits him kind of in the rib area. What else?
And as my dread ambusher feat, I can take another additional weapons attack as part of the same action.
Okay, go for it.
Is this still with advantage?
It says, I'm going to say yes, since it's part of the same action. I might revoke that later on, but yeah, I'll say yeah.
That is 2 nat 20s.
2 nat 20s.
He's making up for that nat 1.
He is. Children in the background.
The way they were sneaking across.
Hey, can we take like a 5-minute thing real quick?
Yeah.
I know that somebody just showed up that I haven't seen in a while.
Yeah. Go for it. In fact, you know what? Here's what we'll do, Larry. We'll keep going, and then we'll just make up for your turns when you come back around.
10-4.
Okay. Jesse. Okay. He should have probably turned his camera off. Okay. Anyway,
It's a distraction. Catch his attention. Larry!
Yeah, it's all right. Go ahead and roll me the damage. Double the dice.
Single for the modifier, though.
Yes,
correct?
yes.
Cool. So, 11, 15.
15.
Piercing.
Okay. He's still up. But you get a good shot, a secondary shot, like kind of at the clavicle, as he staggers back a little bit and almost drops his stick, but he doesn't quite drop it. So we're good there. Good job. Any bonus actions you want to take?
No to the bonus, but I do want to step back again.
Okay.
I take movement back again. So,
oops, sorry, I messed that up. That is perfectly fine. All right.
So he doesn't have line of sight of me back.
Sure.
Just in case they have bows as well.
Okay, we're gonna go to Sailor Red. It would have been Ara, but since we're gonna...
I'm back.
Oh, you're back. Okay, great. We're gonna go to Sailor Red, and then we'll come to you.
Cool.
Sailor Red's gonna step up, and immediately engage you,
Sweet.
Ara. So we've got... Okay, thought so. He's gonna swing a club at you, but I'm pretty confident he's gonna miss. 8 to hit.
I have a AC of 18.
Yeah, so that misses. If it meets, it beats, Larry. So 18 or higher.
Cool.
He misses, and that is the entirety of his turn. He's not exactly the most... They're sailors, not fighters. So it is your turn, Ara.
I am going to...
And then Ranshaw, we're coming to you.
All right.
I'm going to use my Dragon Breath, since these 3 guys are grouped right here.
Absolutely.
And, nice cone effect. So...
What's your fire? So it's a dex save?
It's
Force.
It's force.
That's right. He's a djinn. Yes.
So it's a dex save with my Constitution.
It should. So I believe it's 8 plus your con plus proficiency. Is that correct? No, it's just 10 plus his con.
It'd be 8 plus con plus proficiency.
It is.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And it's what was the save? Is it a con save? Or dex save?
Yeah. Or it is a dex save for
It
them.
is a dex save. Okay. Okay. The captain makes it. The green guy makes it. The red guy does not. So roll the damage, and it's half damage, I believe.
The half damage on the people who didn't or that didn't make it.
Right. Okay. Roll me the damage and tell me what it is, and I'll do the math.
Do enough to kill the green guy.
He saved.
Yeah, but half damage might be enough.
6.
If it's
6 total.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's just one d10, so 6.
Okay. 6.
Is it not higher at level 3?
It goes to 2d10 at level 5.
Okay. I thought it was level 3 for some reason.
Let me double check.
No,
Yeah.
that should be correct.
Yeah, 5th level, 11th level, 17th level.
Okay. All right. What you actually notice, Larry, when you're doing this, the guy in red takes it full on, and you blast him back, and he actually it's like concussive force. The guy in green manages to kind of sneak behind it, but you actually hit the arrows that were already in him and push them in further, causing him immense amount of pain. The captain is able to avoid it, but obviously you still hit him. But it almost just kind of like nudges him. It's almost a grazing shot. Anything else you'd like to do? That's your action. Do you have a bonus action you'd like to perform?
Let me see. Is there a bonus action?
Probably not, but
I'm trying to. You know what? Let me look at my spell. I guess I can do Shield of Faith. That's a bonus action.
you could do that. If you want to spend a spell slot to cast Shield of Faith, you can increase your armor by 2, your AC by 2.
I mean, if they, you know what? I'll save it.
Okay.
Just in case.
All right, we're gonna save it. Ranshaw, go ahead.
All right. Can I see pretty clearly the deck up here?
You can't. I mean, you can. If someone is standing on it, like for example, the crossbowman, you can see it. Like if someone was down prone, you probably wouldn't be able to see them. But if you're
Fair
talking
enough.
about what I think you're talking about, yes, go for it.
Cool. Because we're just gonna go ahead and bonus action face step
Yep.
to here.
Yep.
That should be 30 feet.
That is correct.
And then 5, 10. Hi.
Okay.
And I'm going to go ahead and unarmed strike, but I'm going to go for non-lethal.
You're gonna go for non-lethal. Okay.
Yes, just making that very clear. I'm looking to subdue, not to neutralize.
Okay. All right, go ahead. Roll to hit.
That's a 14 to hit.
That will hit.
All right, and I'm a punch him for. Ooh, not bad. 9 bludgeoning.
9 bludgeoning. Okay.
Yep.
You surprise him and you catch him right in the back of the head.
Yep.
But he's still up. He's just like, what the hell?
Fair enough.
Anything else?
Nope. That was
Okay.
bonus action and action. I want to hang around here. So distracting the crossbowmen.
All right, very good. We're gonna go to Sailor. We're gonna do Green Sailor, and then Oric, we're coming to you. So get ready. Green Sailor's just gonna step up, and can I? It's annoying. Gonna step up and going to attack you here, Larry. That is not going to hit though. And he is not looking good. Like he stumbles towards you. He's like in immense pain, stumbling towards you, and just barely gets a swing, which you're just very easy, like, ding, with your shield and knock it out of the way. Oric, you're up. And then yeah, go ahead.
So whenever I am in this particular position, I know the sailors have come down, but the gentleman that was casting threats to me is who I approach, locking eyes to eyes.
Okay.
In route, I'll do 5, 10, and then 20. En route to there, I will go ahead and rage, clashing my hammer to the shield.
Okay, bonus action, rage. If you guys are wondering what he's doing, we modified his subclass, so a random magic effect on a D100 roll happens every time he rages.
Oh my gosh.
We told you that, didn't we, Andrew?
I grow by 2 inches.
You grow by 2. That's actually awesome and intimidating, and I love that. So this
A
5
tall
foot
dwarf.
this guy gets down here and he's like, it's not by much, but I really thought you were smaller from up there. But okay.
It's 2 inches outward too. I get very muscular.
No.
No. So at this point,
Incorrect.
I try to take an uppercut swing at his chin with my warhammer.
Okay, roll to hit.
Oh no.
He didn't reckless attack either, which might have been questionable.
I couldn't reckless attack.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I moved. That's gonna be a measly 8 to hit.
You moved.
Moving has no bearing on reckless attack.
I could
It's a
have.
bonus
I'm
action.
I'm thinking of my rogue for some reason.
Yeah.
And
Steady
reckless
aim.
attack isn't a bonus.
I'm sorry,
action
it's just a
either.
decision you can choose as a part of
Okay.
your attacks.
Well,
Basic-
I misapplied that to steady aim on
For
my
some
rogue.
reason, I'm thinking frenzy, which is a bonus action. It's not his subclass, so I don't know why.
May I retcon and reckless attack?
You may.
Thank you. I
That's your
appreciate it.
one. That's your one.
Thank you. Oh my God, Nat 20.
Oh. And
This
I
is why we
regret it.
reckless.
I'm so grateful for it. Okay. All right. So 2d8 plus 4. All right. Plus 2. So 14 total.
14 total. Okay. All right. You get him right. You get him some good chin music, and the combination of you growing 2 inches and then being struck in the head, he's like, what the hell? Anything else?
I will not do anything else. I'm going to stay right where I'm at.
Okay. All right. We're going to go to... He is going to attack now. And he's staggered for a second, kind of checks his jaw, but then just immediately goes for the sword swing. He's going to attack twice. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, he swings at you twice, and then you didn't see is that there was a dagger in his belt, and he goes for a third strike to hit you in the dagger. Or to hit you with the dagger. So, let's see. 2 sword swings.
And you're attacking me, right?
Yes, I'm attacking you.
Okay. All of those will have advantage.
Yes. So currently, actually, you know what? I'm gonna read. The top one was an 18, so I got 1 hit at least. 2 hits total.
Okay.
Both from the sword swings. For a total of the first one does 5 before the reduction, so 2. And the second one does 4, so another 2. So a total of 4 points of slashing to you. Whatever.
Looks at it.
Yeah, whatever. All right. That is going to be his turn. Sailor Blue's going to come up, and Sailor Blue is going to move behind. Oh, hold on. 5, 15. Yeah, he can do it. And he gets the flank on you. So he's going to attack you at advantage, which he would have had. Not advantage. Well, yes, with advantage because of your reckless attack, plus an additional +2, which he will need. That's a 14.
Nope.
Wow, these sailors suck. These sailors are awful. All right, we're gonna go to the crossbowmen, and then Milo, we're coming to you.
Okay.
The crossbowman Ranshaw actually drops the crossbow and pulls out a club just like the other guys had, and tries to thwack you with it.
All right.
That is a total of 14 to hit.
That misses.
That missed. God, suck. Okay, well that's his entire turn. So Milo, you're up.
All right, so I'm probably just gonna go and pop back out.
Okay.
10 movement, and go for the same guy again.
Okay. I am going to say that with the heavily armored paladin in front of him, that he's going to benefit from some cover. At least he would. If you would like to try and avoid hitting him, you can take disadvantage on the shot. If you want to take the shot as normal, we'll increase his AC a little bit. And if you miss by a really close margin, we'll say that there might be an effect on the paladin. Or you can have no disadvantage, and you'll take the disadvantage, or you can avoid the paladin in its entirety. Which I think I said that already. Never mind.
I think I will move out a little further just to get that.
Okay. So you've used 10 feet. You've
that
got 20
angle.
feet remaining.
And so the first diagonal would be an additional 5.
That's
and then
5.
It's 10 from there.
Yes. Well, the next one is 10. So essentially you'd be 25, and then you could even go one more and be with 5 feet. So you're at 25 used now, and you have 5 extra feet. That's sufficient. I'd say, yeah, I think that's you could avoid the paladin there.
Cool. So I'm gonna draw back and give that shot.
Which one are you attacking?
Green.
Green.
Okay.
All right, roll to hit.
That is a 10.
That misses.
That's what I got.
Okay. Bonus action?
Nah,
Okay.
not needed yet.
Okay. All right, we're going to go to Sailor Red, and then Ara, we're coming to you. And Sailor Red is going to attack you.
Sweet.
He gets a 22 to hit, which I do believe will land.
Yes.
And you will take 7 points of bludgeoning damage as he strikes you with his cudgel. And that will be the entirety of his turn. So now it's your turn, Ara. You're up.
Which one was just the one that hit me? The red one?
Red just hit you. Green is the one that's like hanging by a thread.
Okay.
Chocolate.
I'm going to attack the green.
Okay.
With my longsword.
Okay, roll to hit.
I got a 18 plus 6, so 24.
That hits. Roll damage.
$11 points of damage.
Okay. You knock him out. He's dead. Actually, I guess I'll leave green on there. So for the sake of that little skull and crossbones means he's dead for everyone who can see it. You come down with your sword, and he's just like about. The arrow goes past him, and it misses, and he kind of like looks around, and as he's back looking towards you, you just come across with a sword slash across his neck and end it. It's not complete decapitation, but it's not good. It's not pretty. Anything else you'd like to do? Bonus action, anything?
No.
Okay. Ranshaw, we're on you. I apologize. I should have advised you.
Not a problem.
Oric, we're coming to you after.
So crossbow guy drops the crossbow, grabs a club, tries to take a swing at me. And I'm like, yes, good old fisticuffs. And I'm just gonna go take a punch at him.
Okay.
We're again going for the non-lethal.
All right, roll to hit.
That's gonna be another 14 to hit.
That will hit.
For 6 bludgeoning.
6 bludgeoning. All right, he is still up.
Cool. Let's see here. Do I want to spend one of my discipline points? Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend a discipline point to do 2 more unarmed strikes as a action.
Flurry of blows. Yes.
Yep, flurry of blows. So first one, that is I think a 13 to hit. Yeah, that one's only a 13 to hit.
That still hits.
Sweet.
They're basically unarmored.
All right, that's 7 more points.
Okay.
And for my final attack this turn, that's a 19 to hit.
Okay.
For 9 more points.
So he drops it. He's got the cudgel raised in his hand, and you give him a swift jab to the jaw, causing him to fall back. Your second strike hits him in the ribs, and you feel a crack as you broke the rib. And then, okay, never mind. That causes him to drop his guard from his face, and your final blow comes right across, right between the eyes, and knocks him out as he slumps against the ground.
Excellent. And then,
they added
with
a lot of these.
With my opponent no longer a concern at the moment, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'll go start supporting my dragonborn friend.
All right, that does offer a flank. That does offer the flank. So surrounding rules now come into effect.
Yep.
I love the assist.
Okay. All right, Auric, you're up.
So I'm going to go ahead and reckless attack again.
Okay.
When I make this, I'm going to attack who I presume is the spy still.
It does not look like the person. It's not the spy.
Okay, I didn't get that earlier, so I just to make sure. So I'm going to go and do a reckless attack, but I'm going to perform this attack as like a whirlwind. So with the hammer in my right hand, I felt the presence of the person behind me. I'll swing wildly behind me, not to hit, but kind of just to push away, drive away, and land a non-lethal blow on his sword arm.
On his sword arm. Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and say that if you want to specifically target, I know I let the chin one go because it was just kind of flourish. Are you trying to get anything mechanically beneficial to hitting him in the sword arm?
I would like for him to drop his weapon.
You want to try and make him drop his weapon? I'm going to make you make a constant. I'm going to make you make that check at disadvantage then.
Okay, so the advantage and disadvantage
It'll cancel out.
Okay. 23 to hit.
Nice.
Okay. That will hit. Go ahead and roll the damage.
11 total. 11 bludgeoning.
11 bludgeoning. Okay. I'm gonna make him have a strength saving throw. Equal to. He passes the strength saving throw. So he will maintain the grip on his weapon.
Okay.
All right. And
that'll end my turn.
That's your turn. Okay. But it was still points of damage, though. I didn't take it away. It was 11 total.
11.
There it is. Okay. He'll maintain the grip on his weapon, but he does take the damage. So we will go to him now, and he still has the flank and the advantage because you had recklessly attacked. That is a total of 21 to hit.
Yep.
That's the first attack for 7 points of slashing damage. The second attack is a total of just double checking.
Did you already have mine?
I have not. No, I'm not having. I'm gonna let you have it.
Okay. And it's always rounded down, correct?
Yes. Yeah. His second attack is a 18, so that one will hit.
Yep.
With the sword, that's going to be an additional 7 points of slashing damage. And then his final attack with the dagger comes in. Yeah, that's going to hit. That's an unnatural 20. And that's going to do an additional... Whoops. That's going to do an additional 5 points of piercing damage. And that is his turn. So we're going to go to Sailor Blue, and then Milo, we're coming to you. Sailor Blue's going to do the same thing. Is going to try and attack Auric. That is going to be a total of 19.
It's
for 5 points of bludgeoning damage. And that's his turn. Milo, we're on you.
Now that I'm standing a little closer to the pier, um, what's happening around us? Like, I know there were people that were moving about around him a lot, and then the spy, if I'm not mistaken, this is not the spy, so therefore the spy should still be arriving. Do I happen to see anyone?
As an action, I'll let you make a perception check.
To do or not to do?
It's important. It ain't that important.
It's not important if you fail.
Yep.
1.
Oh no.
You take a look around, and there's dock workers about. And honestly, you don't know what they're doing. They're just there. You know they exist. And
Huh, I've been here before.
This water.
Yeah. Yep, as far as you know, there sure are.
That's my action.
Okay.
And I've got nothing bonusy to help me with that, so.
Okay.
That's gonna end my turn.
It's getting your turn. Okay. We're gonna go to Sailor Red, and then Ara, we're coming to you. Sailor Red, as far as he knows, doesn't. He kind of senses the monk coming up against him, but there's an angry dragonborn in front of him, and that, as far as he is aware of the bigger threat, so he's gonna keep attacking you. And by keep, I mean he gets one more attack that's not gonna hit. Golly. All right, Ara, you're up, and then Ranshaw, we're coming to you.
I'm still next to him. Can I hit him right
here? Yeah. No one's moved.
Cool. I'm gonna do another longsword attack.
Okay, roll a hit.
That would be I rolled a 15.
On the die or total?
21 total.
21 total. Yeah, I mean that's gonna hit. The die would have rolled 2. I just wanted you to get in the habit of that. Go ahead. Yep, roll your damage.
Total of 8 damage.
Total of 8 damage to Red. All right, he is still up. Is there anything else you'd like to try?
Is there any? It's been a while since I played.
Bonus action is your action to attack. Bonus action is the only thing you'd have. You could cast a spell. You could try a bonus action spell. But in terms of offensive options, that's all you got.
Because I've played Baldur's Gate 3, is there like a push or whatever it is?
That's that what you're referring to is called a shove. It is. Yeah, it can replace a single attack in your attack roll.
Okay, I couldn't remember if that was a bonus action or not in the.
Yeah. There is a feature called Shield Master that will allow you to make a shove attack as a bonus action, but you haven't taken it yet. If you want to do that, when you level up, you can. But that's it. Sounds like that's it for you right now.
Yep.
Ranshaw, you're up. And then we're coming to Orc.
All right. Well, since Sailor Red is still up, I'm going to start punching him in the back of the head.
But it's Sailor Moon.
Every time you've been saying Sailor in the colors, I've been thinking the same thing.
All right.
He is the one called Sailor Red. Exactly it.
Roll the hit.
All right. Yep. With the additional +2 because of the flank.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that'll hit. That's going to be an 18 to hit.
That will hit.
Yep. And going. Can we knock him unconscious before he gets gutted? We'll find out. That's 8 points of bludgeoning.
He is still awake.
Cool. Bonus action. I'll just do my one free unarmed strike as a bonus action without spending the discipline point.
Okay.
So, I'll say that's a 17 on the die. Plus 8 to, yeah. That's going to be 6 more points.
Okay, you knock him unconscious because you said I heard you say you want to knock him unconscious before he gets gutted. So.
Yep.
He goes sleepy. He's sleepy.
I'm looking to subdue as many as possible.
Curb your teammates' bloodlust.
And then I will Just hang on. Just focus on the token. Boop. There we go.
Okay. All right. Oric, you're up, and then we'll go to the captain.
Okay, so again, I'm just gonna go on a reckless attack. All the damage that's been incoming on me is kind of like building me up, making me more energetic about the fight that's happening.
He's happy boy.
So that'll be a dirty, 22 to hit.
22 to hit.
Yeah, with the flank.
Yep, that'll hit.
And then I'm also going for a non-lethal strike to knock this guy unconscious.
Okay.
With a 10 bludgeoning damage.
10 bludgeoning damage. Okay. All right. He is still active.
That will end my turn.
That will end your turn. Okay. Captain is still engaged. Again, Ranshaw's coming up against him, but he's got an angry dwarf that seems like the bigger threat. You did reckless, right?
Yes.
Okay. That's going to be a 24 to hit on his first attack. For 4 points of slashing damage. Second attack is the same result for 8 points, of slashing damage, and then final dagger strike. Oh, no, that's probably not going to hit. That's only an 11.
No.
Okay, so that's his turn. And Sailor Blue is going to attack you for only a 9, so he sucks. He's never been worth anything. Milo, you're up.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna take a shot. Let's go. Since Blue's in my direct line of sight, we go for him first.
Okay.
That's 18 on the die.
That will hit.
Uh, 9 piercing.
9 piercing. Okay. 18. Yeah, you get him right in the cartilage below his left side. But he is still active and fighting. You hear him go, "Ah!" as he gasps at the blow. Anything else?
Let's do
it. All right, Ara and then Ranshaw. Ara, both of the guys in front of you are either dead or unconscious.
Who has the most hit points out of the two?
You cannot know that.
Oh, okay.
Who looks the healthiest?
That's a good question.
Who looks the healthiest in terms of percentages? Blue looks the healthiest.
Okay.
On a scale of 1 to 27, he's an 18.
We can't know that.
Okay. I'm going to go up to the captain.
+3.
Yep.
And I am going to use Divine Smite.
You don't have to declare that now. Go ahead and roll the attack and see if you hit first. That's the nice thing about Divine Smite. You can determine that at any point before the damage is actually rolled.
18 total.
18 total. Yeah, that'll hit. So yeah, go ahead and Divine Smite.
So it should be 1d8 for the sword, and then 4d8 for Divine Smite.
No. 2d8?
2d8 for first level, and then plus 1d8 for each level after that. And we're level 3.
Well, okay. I didn't hear you say that you were doing it at level 3.
No, so it should be a level 3 spell, right?
It's actually
a level. He's right. It's a level 1 spell. Divine Smite doesn't work like the rest of the smites do.
Right. So it just says the extra damage is 2d8 for a one level spell slot, plus 1d8 for each spell level. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, you only have level 1 spell slots at the moment.
Oh, that's what. Yeah, it level. Yes, I apologize. Thank you, Josh, for catching that. I understand what he's going for now. Yeah, you don't have access to 3rd level spells yet, Larry. So
Right. So
Soon enough.
that is a total of, let's see, 3 plus the 4. That's
carry the 1.
10 damage.
10 total damage.
Yeah, I rolled a 3, a 1, and a 2.
Wow,
Yeah.
that sucks.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
do be that way sometimes.
You know that he started this, and you don't like bullies. So your vengeance is coming down on him, but he notices the flash of energy as your sword starts to fall, and he tries to move out of the way, and it actually cuts off his pinky finger, causing his grip to slip, and he's like, "Ugh!" But he takes the damage, a 10 total damage. That sucks.
Can you hold a sword with a pinky missing?
Not well.
You wouldn't have as much.
Your pinky is responsible for a lot of
He's
strength.
handy.
Yeah.
He's handy capable, Milo. Thank you.
So that consumed a spell, right?
Yes, a spell slot. Yes,
And how many do I have at?
I believe it's only 2 for 3rd caster.
I think when we looked at it earlier, it was 4.
Yeah.
4 spell slots.
Yeah,
No, 3. I think
3 spell slots at 3rd level.
Yeah, 3. Okay, so I got 2 left. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, that's your turn. Ranshaw, you are up, and then we're going to Oric.
Yep. So, well, bop non-lethal. I get +4 on this now, right?
plus 3.
From
+3.
flanking,
That's right.
from
Yeah,
flanking
that's
is
right.
+3. Yeah.
That's right. 1 additional for it. Yeah. So, first one. Oh, that's not going to hit. I'm willing to bet because that's only a 12 to hit.
That does not hit.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll try that bonus action one.
You punch him in the back, but it's not worth doing anything.
That's much better. That's going to be a 27 to hit.
No.
No. Holy crap.
I refuse.
All of a sudden,
Yeah.
grows 3 feet.
All right.
8 points of bludgeoning.
Okay, he is still up.
I will go ahead and just maintain position. I don't want anybody to lose flank.
Sure. All right, Oric.
All right, so I'm not going to reckless attack on this one.
Okay.
But I am going to go for a nut shot.
Man, how much damage did we do to you? For a what shot?
I'm going to go for a crotch shot. We're going to make this guy kill over.
I'm going to say I'm going to call this a called shot. If you hit though, because it's of course the men's genitalia and we're all men here, automatic crit damage if you land it. So disadvantage on the roll.
Disadvantage is going to hold. My first roll is no point in rolling the second because I don't want to get mad. That'll just be a 9 to hit.
9 to hit. 9 does not hit.
Yeah, 9 doesn't hit.
You try and swing underneath. But because he's missing the pinky finger, he's already backed up and he just got punched in the head. But he sees that hammer strike and he's like, "Not today, ball killer!" And he just slides out of the way. All right, that's
you're very quick when people come at your balls.
Absolutely. I'd say I've never been quick. Never mind.
Yeah.
All right. Captain's gonna attack. Captain doesn't want to be hitting the balls. He's gonna attack Oric. 2 sword strikes. Nope. And then the dagger strike. Okay, that dagger strike actually lands. For 7 points of piercing damage. So 19 on the die. The other 2 were not. That is his turn. He has nowhere to go, so he's just gonna keep fighting until the end. Sailor Blue is going to go ahead and attack, seeing his captain is still in the fight with the flank. I don't think this is gonna hit. 14 to hit. Yeah. All right, that's their turn. All right, Milo.
From where I'm at, oh wait, blue's still up, so we're gonna go for another shot at blue.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna use that die though, because that didn't help. There we go. That's 17 on the die.
17 on the die. That will hit.
That is not the dice I needed. Here you
Not
go.
the dice we're looking for.
That's 6 piercing.
Okay. He's still active.
I'm going to kind of come up diagonal a little bit.
Okay.
I'll do it twice. And then that's going to be my turn.
That's going to be your turn? Okay.
Yeah.
I
don't have much, and I don't want to use too much. We still have someone else we're waiting on.
All right, Ara, you're up, and then Ranshaw.
All right, I am going to attack with my longsword.
You're going to attack with your longsword, the captain?
Yeah.
Okay, roll to hit. You will get a +3 from the flank. Or the surrounding, rather.
So 15 is what I got, so plus the 1, so 16.
16. You rolled 15 on the die, or 15 with all your other mods?
15 with all the other mods.
15 with all the other mods, +3 from the surrounding, so 18 total.
3. Oh, 18. Okay.
18 total.
That's a hit.
That is a hit. Roll your damage. That was important because he had something that could have avoided that, but the +3 shakes it out.
9 damage.
9 damage. You get him right in the throat. You come down right on the slash, and he is fully focused on the guy who just tried to crush his balls, and you come down, cleaving the slight from the back of his neck down, cutting a carotid, and dropping him.
And I say, I'm the captain now.
Oh gosh.
All right, he's gone. Ranshaw, you're up.
Did Ara want to move at all?
You know what?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I should ask.
No, I shall move to give advantage. There.
You'll have to move here if you want to get the surrounding.
Sorry.
There you go.
We go. Like he can't. Is there attack of opportunities in this?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
Unless he disengages, he'll.
Yeah, only when you move away.
Yeah,
not when you move past.
Separate out. Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure me crossing his path like the way I did.
No, for some reason that really should be a thing, but it's not.
Because I would just go the long way around.
In 5e, opportunity attacks are when you leave a creature's reach. You can move within their reach with impunity.
Yep. All right, Ranshaw.
All right.
Go save that man's life by beating the shit out of him.
No, he's mine.
Good friend, if you don't want to end up dead, you just may want to take both of these on the jaw.
Do you even know who I am? Do you know how many nameless henchmen I've killed throughout my career?
All right. First unarmed strike, non-lethal. That's going to be a 16 to hit.
That will hit. He didn't even have a name tag.
5 points of bludgeoning, absolute minimum.
Yeah, he's still in danger. I'll put it that way.
Bonus action, unarmed strike. That's a 22 to hit.
That will hit.
for 7 more points of.
Hey,
sludge
that's
mold.
exactly what you needed to save that man's
Yes!
life. Why don't you
Miles
just
in the
put that
backside.
down? Why don't you just lay there on the ground? There you go. Go right down there. He's sleepy now.
Take a nappy.
Punch him. You punched him twice on the jaw, and he keeled over. All right. And with that, that fun encounter, we still don't know the location of the spy quite yet. We don't know what's that going on, but that's about the 3.5 hour mark. So we're gonna go ahead and call it there, everyone. We'll see you guys on the next episode. Hopefully we have actually. Oh crap, Larry, you're not gonna be here next week, are you?
No, that's what I was gonna say. Is I mean, I am still good to play.
Yeah, I think narratively
Unfortunately,
speaking, you've got to go. You've
gotta
got to
go.
go. We can more easily explain you leaving mid-session than we can him just disappearing into the ether next time. So
fair enough.
Thank you, Andrew, for joining us. We'll see you next week. Josh, Melvin, and Larry, we'll keep going just to at least get try and finish the spy thing.
All right, try not to screw it up too much, guys. Good night.
Oh, where are you going?
Rancho's like, we should probably go tell our employer that we've screwed the pooch on this one. And he runs off.
Yep, there we go.
That was perfect.
What a fantastic impression.
Thank you.
All right, y'all have a good night.
Bye.
You too.
All right, so what we're going to say is that he, in fact, runs off, and nudge, nudge, wink, wink. There's 3 sleeping people, and maybe they died of their wounds. Not, who's to say? I'm just kidding. All right, we're going to stay in the initiative for right now, though, as you guys figure out what you want to do. So Ranshaw just went, so Auric, it would be you in the initiative. We'll go one more round while you guys look at stuff what you want to do.
The first thing that Auric does after missing the nut shot is, in order to check the captain's loot, I set my hammer down and use that as kind of my post for leaning against, and I happen to set it in that particular area.
Of course.
And then lean over and I start.
I don't like that noise you made. I don't appreciate that. All right.
And I check his pockets.
Okay, you check his pockets. Go ahead and roll me a survival check. Actually, call it investigation instead. I don't really know why people make that survival.
16.
16. You find actually a little bit of gold on him. You find 10 gold pieces on him. As he seemed to have the crew, a little per diem on him.
Okay. And then can I take his weapon, the scimitar, as well? Or the sword?
You can. So yeah, I'll go ahead and say you have a scimitar on there. And then we'll call that your turn. Milo, you have a turn here. Full turn.
I guess Milo would be more worried or focused on this spy and its arrival. So once again, making
what I want you to do instead here, before you make that check, go ahead and make me an investigation check.
Investigation first?
Yes.
Where is mine? There you are. Not so great. It's a 7.
Okay. That's fine. Go ahead and make me the perception check. Nothing changes for you.
A little better. That's 19.
19. You do not. You still don't see him. It's entirely possible that he came up during that fight and ran off. It's entirely possible that theoretically he got there before you guys found it. It's entirely possible that he's taking a long way round and hasn't made it there yet. But you do not see him currently.
Well, I'm just gonna stay where I'm at and just continue scanning just in case. I'll let the rest of the team try to clear up whatever they find.
All right. Then we'll go to Ara. Arhara.
I would like to board the ship.
You would like to board the ship. Okay. We'll say that you have 30 feet of movement. And you can make it up here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I mean, whatever. 30. You're about to board the ship. You could dash if you needed to. We'll say that this is the last round of initiative here, and then you guys can go about. Is there anything you'd like to do specifically? Move toward?
I would like to look around and see if there's any evidence that there's anybody else on board the ship.
Okay.
From what I can tell.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a deduction check, just at from what you can. Your background was in military.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make me a deduction check.
I rolled a 3.
You rolled a 3? Okay.
Yeah.
You don't gain any initial insights. You don't know anything about this ship. You don't know how many normally would crew it. You don't know, like based on the fighting skills of the guys behind you. Honestly, with the adrenaline running through you, rushing through you, it's hard to tell if they've been really well trained or if they were just sailors doing the best that they can. You really haven't been. You really aren't able to gather very much here.
Alrighty.
All right, so we'll end initiative here. Josh had to run out. We'll end the initiative here. So anyone wants to do anything, just go ahead and start calling out.
Which can't really. Oh, I guess I could zoom.
I'm back, by the way. Right when you're saying it.
The other two, red and blue, are the ones that are unconscious, correct?
All three of this. Ranshaw went absolute ham trying to save these men's lives and knocked out all three of the two of the sailors and one of the crossbowmen.
Yeah.
So yes, red and blue are knocked out, and the crossbowman is also knocked out. The absolute mad lad saving people with physical violence.
Just ruin that for him. And just go stab him right now.
You can listen.
I
don't make the rules. I do make the rules. Never mind. I make and enforce the rules, and that is not one of the rules that I have made. So, all right, what'd you say?
No, I said someone else can. I'm still thinking.
You're still thinking? Okay.
Okay, so my greedy self, I'm just going to turn around and loot blue.
Turn around and loot blue. Okay. Roll me another investigation check.
10.
10. You find 2 silver pieces on him. And a crispy handkerchief. And that's all I'm going to say.
Crispy.
All right.
And Oric will move to green and red if nobody's gonna also.
Okay, if no one wants to challenge Oric looting, Oric, give me 2 more investigation checks.
Yeah.
4.
He probably needs it more. He looks like
Yeah.
And 14.
4 and
help.
14. All right. Yeah.
So we'll just do green and then red further away. So 4 on green, 14 red.
All right. 10 total silver.
Between both?
Yes. Spy, fate of the country. Fuck no, we gotta clean these pockets.
I'm going to. I'm going to board. I'm going to actually go aboard the ship.
Okay. He's the damn body. Okay. Yeah, what you see, obviously this is the wheelhouse up here.
Yes.
Stairs leading up, stairs leading down.
All right. I say Oric, hurry up and loot that other guy, and then let's all head down to the lower decks of the ship.
All right, Milo, are you doing anything, or are you gonna go up there with him?
At this point, if I'm not seeing any movement happening out here,
here's the movement you see. Dock workers are now rushing for the guard. That's what you see.
That's what I was waiting for.
Yeah. Dock workers have seen a lot of bodies, and now they're moving.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hop onto the ship and let the others know, like, we need to move quickly if we're gonna look through here.
Okay.
Because we're gonna expect guards here shortly.
My hands are on the unconscious.
Roll the investigation at disadvantage, Josh.
Well, I was gonna say I didn't think it could get worse, but it did. 2.
You find nothing. Crossbowman doesn't have anything.
I charged to Oric. Sorry, just trying to get Richard died trying.
Let's see. I guess we head down inside.
Okay. You guys head down inside. And you guys immediately find yourselves in the cargo hold. And it is stocked on both sides of the wall with various crates, chests, and barrels.
And is there anybody in here?
Huh?
Is there anybody in here?
No one that you see immediately. Go ahead and make me a perception check at disadvantage unless you have dark vision. Anyone who has dark vision? Okay.
So that'll be 19.
I have dark vision.
Okay, go ahead and then yours is just regular. Go ahead and make me a regular perception roll.
I don't think I had dark vision, do I?
Dragonborn don't have dark vision for some reason. I really don't know why.
And and disadvantage, you just roll 2 dice, and whatever the lowest is.
Correct. 2d20. Take the lower.
8.
8. Did anyone get above an 18?
Yeah, I got 19.
17.
Josh, this crate right here is dislodged. The opening is dislodged. Like the lid is slightly askew, very slightly.
I kind of hold my hand up to the group, and I think could be something up with that little box right there. We should check it out. Surround it together.
Milo
point to
drops
that
down
box
into his little rabbit form and starts crawling up to the box.
Okay.
Yeah, try not to make too much foot movement as we get closer to this unknown.
Hammer prepped to just drop down on a noggin to get an unconscious knock, and then I lift up the box lid with my shield.
Okay, I need all of you to roll initiative once more.
That's a number that I don't know how to math to.
2 plus my 1.
Okay, hold on to the numbers.
Okay.
I'll ask for them here in a second.
Oh,
Wow.
This is where we all die. Session 1.
Yeah.
TPK right out the gate.
TPK.
I do want to, I guess, make note. I would put my bow away if we were walking into a close-quartered area and pull out the swords instead.
That's fair.
Swords.
All right, Milo, just go ahead and tell me, what was your initiative?
27.
27 point. What was the 9?
9.
Okay.
Can you give me some of those points, please?
It was 2 plus my 1 initiative.
2 plus 1. Okay. So 3.1. Orc.
3.2. Or excuse me, 5.2.
5.2. Okay. Now, Orc, you did specify that you wanted to you had a held action essentially. However, oops. Really? Hold on. Excel's being stupid. However, the spy also had a held action, and he had a higher initiative. So as soon as you pull that open, and you can't know for sure that he's there, he's gonna attack you. I'm gonna call it at advantage because you can't theoretically know that he's really there, and you're open. You're open. Wow, Jesus, hell.
You scared the shit out of him. He just punches you back into the box.
That is only a 13 to hit.
Oh.
Fuck. Yeah.
Now he's about to get a hammer on the noggin.
Yeah.
That's
so
crazy.
The light comes open, and immediately a short sword comes up, and you just and come down and play whack-a-mole with him. So go ahead and roll to hit. Best laid plans.
17 to hit.
17 to hit. That will hit. Roll your damage.
With a 10 bludgeoning, because it's been longer than a minute since we boarded the ship, right?
Yes.
Rage just dropped. Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Rage drops if you haven't made an attack or been attacked. So
right.
Yes.
But doesn't it only last a minute regardless?
Yes, but you would have had more time. It stopped the second combat essentially ended, and you started checking bodies. You would have had more time, but yes.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
All right. So what was the hit?
10 bludgeoning.
10 bludgeon. Thank you. The damage. All right. All right. We'll call that the prep round. Milo, you're up.
All right. So, looking at this person who popped out of the box, this is obviously the spy.
That's correct. Yeah, it's him.
Cool. I'm going to bonus action ensnaring strike.
Okay.
And then hit him with the short sword.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Try to get him put in one spot. That's a nat 20.
Okay. What's the DC on the ensnaring strike?
Ensnaring strike is my spell DC, correct?
Yes. And the save is a strength save?
Yes, strength save. Yeah, beating the 13.
13. Okay. Yeah, no, he got a 3. So he's I believe it's considered grappled.
Restrained.
Restrained. Damn. All right, we'll do the damage. Do the damage first.
So let's see here. So it's the short sword damage. It's 5 from the short sword.
Did you double your die?
Oh no, I did not.
Yep, double
Good
the die.
catch. So that's 9 plus does ensnaring strike affect damage immediately?
I don't believe it does any additional damage.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so 9
it's
total.
damage at the top of their turn, at the target's turn.
Okay. So 9 total damage then?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, it is their turn, so what's the... Read it for me.
It's an additional... So let's see here.
I pulled it up.
Ensnaring strike. So they take the damage and then can make another strength check.
Okay.
To get out of it. It's a 1d6.
1d6.
Which is a 1.
Okay. All right, so 7, and then he makes a strength check to get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Creature restrained by the vines can touch the creature, can use its action to make a strength check against your spell save DC. Okay. So as an action, He won't. Wait, is that what it means? Yep. He tried to use his action to get out of that, and he could not. So, yeah, he's stuck there. Auric, you're up.
I'm gonna go for another.
As he's restrained, there's advantage against him.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna go for an additional non-lethal.
Okay, you want to try and non-lethal him? Okay, roll the hit at advantage because he's restrained.
23 to hit
That'll hit.
with dang, I forgot to rage with 9 on the 9 bludgeoning.
You don't need it. That's enough.
Okay.
All right, you guys knock him out. Really smart call. Really smart call, Melvin. He was ready to bolt. Well done.
I was saving it.
Yeah, that was smart. That was smart. You guys knock him out. He slumps over the chest that he was in, the crate. And as he slumps over, you start to hear commotion far off in the distance, but it's loud enough that you can hear it even on the cargo part of the ship.
Okay. So are the cargo boxes, they're fully covered, correct? No holes, nothing like that?
Yeah, no, they're strapped by ropes too to the walls.
Okay, so
And they're double stacked. On the wall, on the actual part of the wall, they're double stacked. I should have mentioned that too.
Okay. So even his crate, the one he's in currently, is roped to the wall.
Yes.
I turn to Milo and I ask if can you cut this rope right here? We're gonna have to carry him out in the box.
I go ahead and cut it.
Easy. It's easy enough. It takes you. Go ahead and make me an attack roll. Actually, I'm gonna say roll damage.
Just the damage.
Just the damage.
Let me pull back up. Let's see.
And Aura can
7.
help here too. 7.
Yep.
Object tiny small.
I also rolled a 7.
You also between the two of you guys, you cut enough of the rope away that you can easily kind of shimmy it and slide it out.
How long?
I put the lid back on the box
Okay.
since he's knocked out inside of it.
Okay.
And then I pull it out and I look at Ara and help me carry it. We need to get going.
Okay. Between the two of you guys are able to pick it up and move it off of the ship. Go ahead. Everyone just make me a D20 roll. Just
Which
general.
direction was the commotion coming from?
You couldn't tell. Just go ahead and make me a D20 roll.
4.
Oh my god. 20. Natural.
Just FYI, he does this crap on our sessions too.
Larry?
As DM. A lot of
I'm
crits.
either on the very high end or very low. I never hit numbers in between.
What was that, Larry?
12.
12. Okay. That was just a luck check. The group is lucky enough that you guys get into the shadows before any of the guards show up.
No, I was born in the shadows.
Molded by it.
Real quick,
Yes.
if I would have used command, would surrender be a
It's possible, yes.
valid command?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, because that is if
I would
he
say
didn't
yes.
got
Hold
knocked
on.
out, I was gonna because it says one word command.
I don't know. That might be tough at level 1. You speak one word command to a creature you can see within range. The target must succeed on a wisdom. So no effect on the target is undead if it doesn't understand the language. Some typical commands: approach, drop, flee. Yeah. I don't know if surrender would have been enough, but you have approach.
There's also grovel on there.
Yeah, target falls prone and then ends its turn. Yeah, I mean surrender might have been tough. That's more of like a suggestion, but which is a higher level spell. But a one action, absolutely. Like you could have just groveled it and probably been like, no, you stand there now. All right, you guys disappear. What we're gonna say, because we're approaching hour 4, and I really didn't want to try and do that. You guys, lucky enough, avoid the guards that are coming in, and you take a route through the central district, so you don't have to go back through the river district. You take a route through the docks, through the central district, and meet back at the Old Coast Inn at around 11 o'clock that night, and present the target to the retainer who brought you guys to the Planar Theater. And that is where we will end the session. We'll pick that back up next week. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for joining us. We really do hope that you've enjoyed it. We've got a lot more planned, not just with D&D, other games as well. We want to make this really fun and entertaining. Let us know what you thought in the comment section. If you can appreciate the bravery of these men coming on and presenting their abilities on the internet, which is a savage place, hit that like button. If you can appreciate the work that went into this, hit that like button. If you want to see more, subscribe to the channel. We will see you in the next one.
Have a good one, guys.